It's been 4 years since Baylor set foot in downtown Houston. And in 2022, they knocked off then number 23 UCLA and number 7 LSU at what was then the Shriners College Classic. Now they're back at Daikin Park and open their weekend at the inaugural Bruce Bolt College Classic against the number 11 Ole Miss Rebels. And you can catch all that action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio. Hi, everyone, and I hope y'all are doing well. I'm Jeffrey Cohen here alongside me, Andrew Denk. And Andrew, what a great weekend. We get the honor of calling Baylor's games today and tomorrow night against Texas here at Daikin Park in downtown Houston, a premier venue in baseball.
Absolutely, Jeffrey, and I'm honestly astounded to be here. The weather's beautiful. The field is amazing. The boys are fired up. It's going to be a great weekend for sure.
Yeah, and the field as a whole, this is an elite field of teams, right? Baylor's playing number 11 Ole Miss today, and then tomorrow night against number 3 Texas, and then on Sunday they play a great team in UTSA. And this is another big challenge for Baylor after they struggled so much last weekend in what was also a very good field of teams in Round Rock. And now this week, their focus at the plate, put the ball in play, struck out way too many times in Round Rock.
Absolutely, and Mitch Thompson even said he wants the defense on the other team to do the work. He wants the boys to get the bat off the shoulders. They had way too many strikeouts looking. He wants these guys to put the ball in play and force this defense to make plays. Errors are very common in college baseball, and the more errors that we can have working for us, the more odds we have to win this ball game.
Yeah, and when you watched last week, it really seemed to come to a point. They had 42 total strikeouts on the weekend, and it really seemed to come to a point on Sunday against Southern Miss. 12 strikeouts, and 7 of those were looking, right? You had guys who were just staring at strike 3 multiple times, not lifting that bat off their shoulders. And now I think we should expect Baylor this weekend to be aggressive. They're going up against some of the best pitching staffs in college baseball. Ole Miss, 13th best team ERA in the nation. Texas tomorrow night, 2nd best team ERA. And so you're going to have guys that are going to fill up that strike zone, and you have to capitalize early in these at-bats.
Absolutely, and I think part of it, too, is in that Round Rock Classic, they were hot. They were coming off a 5-0 start. Now the boys have settled in a little bit. They understand what it feels like to take a loss. They don't want to feel that again. They're up against top competition. They had some really close games. 3-1 loss against Oregon State over the past weekend. They know what top competition is, and they know that they can compete. Now is their time to put it on paper and actually put the numbers down and win this game.
Yeah, and the bats really came alive on Tuesday against SFA, winning that one 9-8. Bullpen, again, not looking great, but that's another thing that they're going to have to look at. But we're going to have to take a break for just a little bit as the national anthem is about to start here at Daikin Park. And when we come back, we'll talk about the Bears' opponent, the Ole Miss Rebels. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Just a couple minutes away from first pitch in the Bears' first game at Daikin Park since 2022, as they're getting ready to face the number 11 Ole Miss Rebels. And so we talked about the Bears, what they need to look at, what they need to fix coming into this weekend. But now let's look to the other side, the other dugout. Ole Miss starting 9-0 on the season, and you look at some of these stats, and these are video game numbers. You see guys like Colin Reuter, who's hitting 500 in 8 starts. You got other guys just smashing and mashing the ball. But really, when you go down to it and you look at that schedule, not a whole lot of staunch competition for the Rebels. Their 3-game series this year have been against Nevada and Missouri State, 2 teams that are not comparable to Ole Miss. So now this is their best opportunity so far to really prove themselves and to prove who they are as a team for the 2026 campaign.
Absolutely. You look at the lineup for this weekend with teams like Texas, Ole Miss, Baylor, Ohio State, UTSA. I mean, these are top programs around the country, even if they're not ranked teams. The teams that Ole Miss has played, obviously their reputation precedes them. They're one of the best programs in all of collegiate baseball. Everybody knows that year in, year out. But they definitely, every year, rents due. And they're going to have to prove that this year they're a legitimate contender for that College World Series.
Yeah, and one of the guys that also is looking to prove himself and what he can do this year on the mound starting for the Rebels, left-hander Hunter Elliott, preseason Golden Spikes Award watch list, and hasn't quite started exactly how he hoped.
Yeah, he was ranked number 5 on D1 Baseball's top 200 starting pitchers list this year. A contender to be the number 1 starting pitcher in all of collegiate baseball this year. Had a good start against Nevada, only allowing 1 earned run across 5 innings. But then when it came to Missouri State, he had 4 earned runs, 5 total runs across only 4 2/3 pitched. He's definitely looking for a bounce-back game today against the Bears. He has something to prove. He wants a high draft pick, and he's going to do everything he can to go out there and earn it today on the mound.
Yeah, and for the Bears, it just seems like they're facing difficult starter after difficult starter. They face Dax Whitney, probably the second best pitcher in college baseball right now, who pitched for Oregon State, threw 17 strikeouts just a week ago. Now they're facing a guy like Hunter Elliott, and it just seems to keep on going. They've got a ton of staunch pitching that they will be facing. So if you're Mitch Thompson and his squad, how are you going to deal with this? You got another talented arm on the mound. How are you going to attack?
Again, I think like we talked about earlier, the number 1 thing for the Bears has to be getting their bat off their shoulders, swinging at balls. A strikeout swinging is better than a strikeout looking. We cannot be looking at pitches in the corners. We have to be aggressive at the plate. We have a lot of guys that can get the bat to the barrel, or the ball to the barrel, and getting that ball in play. This defense is good, but it's not perfect. They're going to make mistakes, and we need to try to get at their flaws.
And so now that we've talked about this Baylor lineup, how about you introduce the Baylor lineup for today?
Yeah, absolutely. Batting first in right field, we have freshman Brady Janusek. Coming in second baseman sophomore Pearson Reebok. Number 3, we have Tice Armstrong, the senior first baseman. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, we have shortstop Travis Sanders. In left field, we have freshman Hunter Snow. And designated hitter, we have the catcher Braden Buchanan. Batting 7th, we have third baseman Brighton Clements. In center field, we have Ty Johnson. And behind the dish, we have J.J. Kennett with Stefan Stahl as the lefty pitcher on the rubber today for your Bears.
Yeah, I think one of the more interesting things that caught my eye about this lineup today is the fact they're using both Braden Buchanan and J.J. Kennett. They've kind of been switching them back and forth at catcher so far this year, kind of like what J.J. Kennett and Cortland Castle did last year. Now we're going to get to see both of them in the lineup, and that's something, if I'm Mitch Thompson, I'd really like to see both guys very solid hitters. But then in the field facing that Baylor lineup, behind the dish will be Austin Foley. At first base, Will Furness. Dom Decker at second. Braden Randall will be his middle infield partner at shortstop. At the hot corner is the hard-hitting, high-power, one of the best home run hitters in program history, Judd Utermark. And then in left field, Tate Sermons. In center field, Hayden Federico. And in right field, Tristan Becerra. And the starter for the Ole Miss Rebels, the lefty, redshirt junior out of Tupelo, Mississippi, standing at 6'3", 215 pounds, Hunter Elliott. And as you said, it's not been exactly the start he's hoping. Right now, standing at a 4.66 ERA. Had a rough outing against Missouri State just a week ago. 5 runs, 4 of those earned. And I think the biggest number that I see in that stat line are those 6 walks. I think that's something that we're going to see. Can Hunter Elliott really command the zone? Can he be a strike thrower today?
Absolutely. I think he's going to be dialed in. You don't want to poke a sleeping bear, and I think that's absolutely what Missouri State did. They got him riled up, and hopefully the Bears can come in here and handle that pitcher. But he's definitely one of the best in the country for a reason, and he's going to come out here and prove that he's worth everything the preseason hyped him up to be.
Yeah, and then for the Bears on the mound, lefty Stephon Stahl, who came in to start last Friday for Lucas Davenport, who's been having some soreness. And now he's making his second start of the season. Not conventionally a starter, right? He's a guy that's made his living in college out of the bullpen, so now he's facing another tough lineup. And what's this mindset? If you're Stephon Stahl, what's this mindset going up against this crazy good, crazy stats lineup for Ole Miss?
I mean, you said it, Jeffrey. This lineup from top to bottom might be one of the best in collegiate baseball. Stephon has been solid through 6 1/3 so far. I think he just needs to keep that mentality going. He's already pitched against a top lineup in Oregon State. Obviously not quite as potent as what we're seeing from the Rebels here today. But Stephon really knows what he's doing. Lefty pitcher, senior, lots of experience under his belt. Only 2 walks is, I think, the most impressive stat for him. He's really controlled the zone. His whip is just barely over 1. I think if he just continues to control the zone, paint the corners, and don't leave any breaking balls hanging, which he hasn't done so far, I think he'll be able to convert some ground balls. Not a huge strikeout guy, but definitely can convert some ground balls and get these guys rolling through the lineup.
Yeah, and this great opportunity for the Bears to really show what they can do. A lot of the talk this week has been, we got to play our game. We got to play our game. They strayed too far away from how they want to play, right? On the mound, they want strike throwers. That's what Mitch Thompson and Sean Snedeker have been praising ever since Sean Snedeker came into the program last year. They want strike throwers. Those are the guys they're going to recruit. Those are the guys they want. I think that's so important for Baylor coming into today. You've got to keep Ole Miss off the base paths so that guys like Judd Utermark and Tristan Becerra and Colin Reuter can't cash in and get these high RBI base hits.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you talk about guys like Judd Utermark and Colin Reuter. These guys want to hit the ball. That's what they come out here to do. You have to make sure that you're playing away from them, playing in the zones they don't like to hit in, playing away from their specialty, and just painting corners where they don't want to hit it. And I think that Stephon Stahl has all of the tools to do that. But when the nerves come into play, you're in a major league ballpark, this is when the pressure's really on you now to perform. So let's see what he can do as the first Baylor batter is stepping into the righty batter's box, Brady Janusek.
So Brady Janusek leading things off for the Bears. A right-handed freshman who's been praised for his athleticism He's really been showing it off early in this season. Tied for the team lead, 5 stolen bases with Travis Sanders. The first pitch from Elliott. Just misses outside the zone for ball 1. Bears wearing their gold uniforms, gold jerseys with gray pants, green hats. This one misses upstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. Now to Janusek. Rebels wearing their navy blue tops. Red script Rebels across their chest. White pants and the navy cap with the bright red M on the forehead. Here's the 2-0. Check swing, and the home plate umpire, Joe Harris, calling a strike. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. Janusek way ahead on the breaking ball. Two, no outs. That pitch way upstairs. Austin Foley having to reach up and grab that ball. So the count runs full, no outs, nobody on. Sun covering up most of the outfield. In the eyes of the right side of the infield as that one misses outside, and that's ball 4. So Brady Janusek gets aboard to start this ball game. And if you're Baylor, that's exactly what you want out of a guy who's as fast and athletic as Brady Janusek.
That just already brings up the idea of Elliott with his control. First walk, first batter of the day, first walk. Obviously, he's looking to command the zone today, and 5 out of those 6 pitches were out of the zone. So let's see how he can come back from that.
Pickoff attempt, and they're going to have a pickle between first and second. Brady Janusek heading for second, and he'll be tagged out before he can get to second base. And the Bears trying to be aggressive early. I think that's a really big key for them, but it just did not pay off. Couldn't fool the lefty pitcher who was staring right at first base.
And he just has such a good pickoff move. That's part of what makes him so deadly. Any runner on first base has to be very wary of that pickoff move.
Pearson Reebok in the left-handed batter's box. Now with nobody on and 1 out. That first pitch hits him in the hands.
Wow.
So back-to-back free passes from Hunter Elliott, and the Bears are back on base. So now I'll bring up Tice Armstrong, one of the premier power hitters in baseball, as trainer will come out to talk to Pearson Reebok.
Looks like I got him right in the left hand.
Shaking it off a little bit.
Those always sting, and you know Elliott definitely throws some heat, so that had to sting right off the hand.
Yeah, and the Bears coming into today have been hit 20 times so far, and this is number 21. But it looks like Pearson Reebok will be all right.
He's a fighter.
That's the second time that Reebok's been hit by a pitch. Hunter Snow leading the team with 5 hit by pitches so far.
Wow.
He's a workhorse. He is not fazed by it. First pitch to Tice Armstrong. Breaking ball misses low. Ball 1.
It's now 7 of 8 pitches out of the zone.
Looks back over to first. Throwing over, and Reebok gets back in standing up.
And part of what makes that pickoff move so good is that his delivery, it looks like he's about to throw it right to home plate, and he kind of has the no-look throw right to first base. The runners get caught lacking every time.
Yeah, he does a really good job of making sure not to cross over that first foot as that pitch misses away.
He does it just enough to where you think he's about to wind up, and you get that secondary lead, and you just get caught stranded out there in between first and second.
Armstrong on Tuesday, 3 for 4 with 4 RBIs. That one skips in the dirt, blocked by Foley.
And now, of his first 10 pitches, 9 have been out of the zone.
Here's the 3-0. Outside, ball 4. And Hunter Elliott has had no command of his pitches so far. 11 pitches total, 9 of them for balls. As he's now walked 2 batters and has hit the other one. Still looking to get a ball in play or get an out that's not a pickoff, as Joel Mangrum will come out and talk to his pitcher.
And Ole Miss has been really happy with Mangrum's pitching production from his staff. They've been ranked number 6 in the nation last year. They had 127 more strikeouts than they did in 2024 and the 2025 season. He's done a phenomenal job turning this pitching staff around.
Yeah, they're also ranked 12th nationally in Ks per 9. Staff last year as well, totaling 669 Ks. Biggest increase across the NCAA, but Bears now runners on first and second with 1 out. Here in the top of the first inning. Travis Sanders up to bat. He stares that first pitch up and away, ball 1. Travis Sanders has been moved around the lineup a couple times throughout the season. Started at that leadoff role, kind of got pushed back to third, now batting cleanup. And that just shows how versatile of a hitter he really is.
Absolutely, he can do it all. Power, contact, speed. He's a 5-tool player, really.
1-0 backdoor slider called a strike. Pearson Reebok on second, Tice Armstrong on first. This one fouled off of his leg. The Bears rocking with a righty-heavy lineup today. Trying to take advantage of those Crawford boxes in left field as that one hits the plate. And it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count.
Great job by Foley covering that one up. He's a very good defensive catcher.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And he'll go back over to second. But Reebok back in time, got back standing up.
That middle infield is very wary of Reebok. They are pinched very tightly right now.
Two-two. As Sanders fouls one off his leg once again. So he's going to get another 2-2 offering, trying to stay alive. Here's the pitch. just misses that low and outside corner. Ole Miss wanted the call, and it was close.
And that's one of those calls where if you're the Bears, after last weekend and how many strikeouts looking they had, you have to be wary of a pitch like that and a 2-strike count.
So another full count from Hunter Elliott. He deals. This one, line drive into left field. Pearson Reebok will be stopped at third, and the bases are loaded with one out here in the top of the first inning for the Bears. Travis Sanders hitting a line drive just out of the reach of the shortstop, Braden Randall. Found its way into the grass, and the Bears are rolling here in the first inning, now looking to cash in with Hunter Snow up to bat.
This is the perfect start. If you're Baylor, you're loving this right now.
Lefty on lefty matchup as Hunter Snow swings and fouls the first pitch back. Infield at double play depth. The double play ball does get him out of the inning. That pitch misses below the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still 1 out. Elliott kicks and deals. This one a ground ball. Snagged by Furness over to second for 1, and they won't be able to throw over to first as Pearson Reebok comes across home plate to score. And it'll be a sacrifice 3-6 fielder's choice.
Designated hitter number 50, Braden Buchanan.
So a good break for the Bears. Gets them on the board early. They lead 1-0. Now with runners on the corners, 2 outs. Braden Buchanan steps up to bat. He'll stare at strike 1. Pitch getting the lower part of the zone. Buchanan making his 6th start of the season, hitting .278. He's only got 1 RBI thus far. Looks at another fastball. This time misses away. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corners. Bears up 1-0 on the Ole Miss Rebels. Tice Armstrong on third. Hunter Snow on first. Throw over to first, but Hunter Snow getting back safely.
That catcher, Foley, was signaling very blatantly to throw over to first. He did not like what he was seeing from Hunter Snow over there.
Austin Foley so far only 1 pass ball allowed. Has thrown out 2 runners and allowed 2 stolen bases. This one a swing and a miss. Buchanan out ahead on that breaking ball. And the count's 1-2. The pitch from Elliott. Jammed up, but able to foul it off the backstop. And Braden Buchanan really starting to find his spot in the lineup. Hasn't had a whole lot, didn't have a whole lot of action last year. The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And it'll strand the bases loaded, but the Bears strike first on this Friday afternoon game at Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. And you're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Bears put up 1 run in the top half of the inning. Now they'll face a hard-swinging Ole Miss Rebel lineup, and I'll send it over to Andrew for the Ole Miss lineup.
Absolutely. Playing center field, batting first, we have the sophomore, Hayden Federico. Batting second, the power hitter, Judd Udermark. Batting third, right fielder, Tristan Becerra. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot, we have the designated hitter, Colin Reuter. Batting fifth at first base, we have Will Furness. Batting sixth at catcher, we have Austin Foley. Batting seventh at second base, we have Dom Decker. Batting eighth at left field, we have the only freshman in this Ole Miss Rebels lineup, Tate Sermons. And finishing off the lineup, we have shortstop Braden Randall. They'll be going off against Stefan Stahl, the lefty for Baylor.
Man, that Baylor defense behind the plate, J.J. Kennett at first, Tice Armstrong, Pearson Reebok and Travis Sanders up the middle, like usual. Brighton Clements gets the start at third base. And in the outfield from left to right, Hunter Snow, Ty Johnson, and Brady Janusek. As Stefan Stahl making his second start of the season. Last time out was in Round Rock against Oregon State through 4 scoreless innings.
He knows how to play against top competition. He's going to show it here today again.
His first pitch to Federico misses upstairs. And Stahl last week, kind of the opposite of what Dax Whitney was against Baylor. Dax Whitney, high velocity, high strikeouts, but Stefan Stahl not really breaking 90 miles an hour and keeping the ball in play as he forces a swing and a miss from Federico.
Yeah, Stahl's definitely more of a ground ball player. He's looking to get balls to the second shortstop or third baseman, make easy outs, and make quick innings.
Federico, the sophomore. He lifts one down the right field line, but it'll twist foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Federico hitting 200 on the season, making his 10th start. Pitch from Stahl. Foul tip not caught by J.J. Kennett, so Federico stays alive. The pitch, a high chopper down the middle of the infield. Charging is Pearson Reebok. His throw in time. Impressive defensive play by Pearson Reebok, showing off the arm, just beating Federico by a step.
And showing off the legs, too. He was backed up all the way to the edge of the infield, and that ball was chopped over the head of Stahl and didn't even get to the dirt of the infield. He ran a good distance to cover that ground and make that throw to first base.
And he really had to launch it right at Tice Armstrong. Federico had 12 stolen bases last year for the Rebels. Appeared in 55 games. Is the first pitch to Judd Udermark called a strike, and Udermark, an unbelievable player, unbelievable career for Ole Miss, as this one skips in the dirt. Last season, led the team with 69 RBIs, 22 home runs, and was tied for the team lead with 151 stolen bases. And that's just the beginning. As Stahl's pitch fouled off to the Baylor dugout down the third base line.
And you can see it in his swing. He wants a homer every time he steps up into the box. He'll take contact, but his goal is power every swing.
His 22 home runs last year, second most by a Rebel in a single season. As that pitch misses, so 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on. And he's 1 slam away from creeping into the top 10 in program history and career home runs. As that one skips in the dirt, and it's a full count to Utermark. Stahl deals. Swing and a miss. Got him with the off speed. And Stefan Stahl using his strength, using those off-speed pitches. He's not going to go power against power, especially against a righty here at Daikin Park with those Crawford boxes.
Yeah, he's pitching to his strengths right now. Low in the zone, painting the corners, not leaving anything up where it can be hit. That's exactly what you want to do against a powerful lineup like this.
First pitch to Tristan Becerra, misses the zone, 1-0. Gets a called strike on that one. Counts tied up at 1. Tristan Becerra, the Clemson transfer. Appeared in 87 games with 58 starts over 3 seasons in South Carolina. That one skips in the dirt. And he's had a very strong start to this season. He's got a hit in 8 of the 9 games he's played. And he leads this ball club with 16 hits and 16 RBIs as he hits one high in the shallow right field. Pearson Reebok will give way to Brady Janusek, who makes the catch in the sun and retires the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Stefan Stahl as the Bears lead this one 1-0 through the first frame. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Leading things off here in the top of the second, Bryton Clements, the third baseman, getting the start over Cade Dodson. Hunter Elliott trying to bounce back after a tough first inning. His first pitch gets the called strike. Elliott with the 0-1. Gets a big swing and a miss from Brighton Clemens.
I think one of the toughest things about Elliott is his fastball. He's very fast, and his breaking stuff comes in so much slower. So to predict his timing is very hard. It's about a 15 to 20 mile per hour difference.
This one fouled straight back to the screen. So Clemens stays alive, 0-2. Yeah, last inning, Hunter Elliott started off the ballgame, 3 straight free passes. Walked Janusek, hit Reebok, and then walked Armstrong. That's really what was the difference in that inning. Putting guys on base early. The 0-2 misses upstairs, but seemed to start finding his rhythm, finding that zone a little better here in the second inning. Clements, the redshirt freshman out of Laredo, Texas. Here's the 1-2. Another foul ball going straight back. Clements, same swing against the same pitch the last 2 times as now looking to finally barrel up another one. A 1-2. Swing and a miss. And Elliott mixing up the speed, going off speed, and gets his second straight K on the outing. That first pitch to Johnson misses up and gets by Foley. A 1 ball, no strikes.
Little chin music for Johnson there.
Johnson trying to find his way at the plate, hitting 150 thus far, 3 for 20. Does have 3 runs and an RBI. The 1-0 pitch. Skips in that dirt, blocked by Foley. But Johnson fully bought in on the Bears' aggressiveness on the base paths. 3 stolen bases already on the season.
He definitely has some speed. A dangerous runner, but against this lefty with his pickoff move, I would be cautious of any stolen base attempts.
The 2-0. Another pitch misses low. So Elliott has fallen behind in the count. 3 balls to no strikes. 1 out. Bases are empty.
And against a pitcher like Elliott, you're going to have the red light here. 3-0 count. No point in risking this. Get yourself into a better hitter's count.
3-0 misses just low and inside, so it's a 4-pitch walk to Ty Johnson.
And Elliott's career high in walks was against Missouri State with 6. He's already halfway there through 1 1/3 against the Bears. Definitely a control problem from him for the start of this season.
And Ty Johnson, last season, walks was his thing, as throw over to first, and Johnson steps back on the bag safely. Ty Johnson led the team last year with 35 walks. The first pitch to J.J. Kennett. Check swing, and he does go around, called by the home plate umpire, Joe Harris.
Yeah, I think he was expecting that ball to break back into the zone. Never did. Stayed high, fastball, and swung right through it, unfortunately.
One ball, 1 strike now. J.J. Kennett back in the lineup for the first time since the weekend, and now another pickoff attempt to first, this time a little closer, but Johnson slides back in. And the part about Elliott's pickoff move that's so good is his ability to keep that front foot moving forward, but not so far forward as this one is lined and just foul. It's down the left field line, and it just curled too much as J.J. Kennett saw extra bases. But going back to that Elliott pickoff move, that front leg can't go beyond 45 degrees. So he does such a good job of not just keeping it still and pointing towards first base, but moving it just a nudge forward, looking like he's going to go to home plate, and then just throws over. Like he does right there.
The no-look move as well, too. He keeps his eye on home plate just until he's about to throw that ball to first base. He's practically lining it up with half of a second of eye contact. That level of precision is something that takes a lot of practice for a pitcher.
He already picked off the freshman Brady Janusek in the first inning. That pitch, fastball, misses upstairs.
Elliott just passed the 40 pitch count mark.
Two. This one lifted into straightaway left field. Sermon's racing to make the catch. And that'll put away J.J. Kennett for out number 2. And even though the result is not exactly what J.J. Kennett wanted, I think for the Bears, being able to barrel up the ball, get nice line drives like that one is still exactly what you want to see. Being aggressive, making that contact, even if it doesn't always result in a base hit, just putting that ball in play and forcing that defense is what they've been harping on all week.
Absolutely.
As the first pitch to Brady Janusek. Little too far upstairs.
And as you were saying about making contact, even their 2 strikeouts this game have been commendable. Long at-bats that they fought out. No strikeouts looking so far. I think this is exactly what Mitch Thompson's been looking for from his bats.
The 1-0 from Elliott. Paints that low and outside corner. The 1-1 count, runner on first. That's Ty Johnson, 2 outs. A 1-0 ball game here in the top of the second inning. Elliott looks back over to first, but he goes home. Foul tip caught by Foley. With 1 ball, 2 strikes, Brady Janusek walked in the first inning, and as we had just mentioned a few minutes ago, got picked off by Hunter Elliott. Looking for some redemption. Here's the 1-2. And he's fooling me. I'm thinking he's going home, but he just goes back over to first.
It's a really impressive pickoff move. I've seen a lot of lefties, a lot of good moves, but the way that he's able to just bring that leg and draw it ever so slightly forward to make you think he's going home, it's a very deceptive move.
Another throw over to first, and that time not particularly close.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Johnson's barely getting off the bag. He knows what's coming next, and Ty is just staying right there. Now he's getting a little bit of a larger lead after 2 straight pickoff attempts, but still.
And that's really exactly what you want if you're Elliott. Keep those guys close. There goes Johnson heading for second. Swing and a miss from Brady Janusek. And that's good for out number 3. So add that to Elliott's K counter. A trio of strikeouts as he strands Ty Johnson on base. The Ole Miss Rebels trying to come back. They trail 1-0. And this is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Stahl back out on the mound for a second inning of work. And Andrew already starting off hot, picking up right where he left off last week.
Absolutely. These top three guys for the Rebels are hard outs to get. Obviously, Reuter here up at bat. But for somebody like him to go out there and put them down 1-2-3, that's a very impressive start of the game for him. A good confidence booster to go on for a guy who's normally a relief pitcher.
Stahl getting that called strike against Colin Reuter. Fastball this time just misses outside, and Reuter has had an unbelievable season to start for the Ole Miss Rebels. 500 average, leading all starters on this team as he fouls one straight back. He also leads with 6 doubles, second with 14 hits, third with 11 RBIs. And you can see why they love to have him in the cleanup spot.
Absolutely, and he already has more hits this season than he did last season.
And add one more as he hits a ground ball up the middle, finds its way into center field. That's the first base runner and base hit for Ole Miss today.
First baseman number 36, Will Furness.
Not much of a stolen base threat, though. Only one attempt this season, one successful stolen base, but still somebody you want to keep your eye on if you're Stefan Stahl.
So the first baseman, Will Furness, who's in the 5-hole today. He's up to bat, runner on first. So he takes a hack and fouls the first pitch off. So now we'll get to see Stahl working out of the stretch for the first time today. And we'll see how he responds. Obviously, not having to focus too much on what's going on the bases, but obviously now, first bit of pressure today as his first pitch, a fastball called a strike. Excuse me, that was his second pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. No outs, runner on first.
I'm wondering if Stahl's pickoff move is as good as Elliott's.
This one, a line drive down towards left field corner, and it's fair. Reuter sliding into third safely. It's a double for Will Furness, adding to his team-leading 10-game on-base streak to start this season. So now back-to-back hits for the Rebels, puts runners on second and third, and they are really threatening with Austin Foley, another fantastic hitter in this lineup.
Yeah, honestly, I'm wondering if they might intentionally walk him here, load the bases up, and that way at least you have force out at home. Foley's a very good hitter. I don't know if I want to contest against him right now.
First pitch misses upstairs to Foley. But last year hit 21 home runs. Him and Utermark, first Ole Miss teammates to hit 20-plus home runs in a season. As Stahl gets that pitch called a strike on the inner third. Joe Harris calls time, and Stahl will get a little bit of a break. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 runners in scoring position, no outs. Bears trying to hold on to their 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. Stahl gets set. He deals. Breaking ball misses low and inside. Try to get a swing and a miss on that back foot slider. Two-one offering. This one hit high down the right field line, but it will twist and find its way into the seats. So big pitch here for Stefan Stahl. 2-2 count and no outs. This would be a much needed out. You can get Austin Foley to go down. 2-2. Ground ball down the third baseline. Backhanded by Brighton Clements. He bobbles it and won't be able to make a throw as Colin Reuter comes in to score, and we are all tied up at 1.
That's not the air you want to see right there.
Some awkward hops on that chopper. Forced Brighton Clements back, had to backhand it. And lost control of the ball on the transfer, unable to get out number 1. So Rebels strike for their first run of the weekend. Now with runners on first and second. This one a bunt laid down by Dom Decker. Kennett's throw in time to get the out. But Decker's bunt gets the job done as Furness advances to third. Foley over to second. That'll bring up the left fielder, Tate Sermons.
The only freshman in this Ole Miss Rebels lineup.
Now in a prime opportunity to give his team the lead. He'll stare at strike 1 on the inner portion of the zone. Sermons making his 4th start of the season, hitting .375 so far, along with 1 RBI. Check swing on the ball in the dirt. Joe Harris says he went around, and Sermons behind in the count quickly, 0-2.
Obviously not a position you want to be in for Stahl, but he's still fighting out there, throwing great pitches, not losing control at all, not losing confidence. That's what you want to see from him out there on the bump.
Ball skips in, blocked by Kennett. Good job by J.J. Kennett just being able to stay with it. Keep the runners in place. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch from Stahl. Swing and a miss. Got him with the changeup low and outside as Sermons goes down on strikes for out number 2.
And a guy we talked about not being much of a strikeout guy currently has 2 strikeouts through 2 innings.
And he's done a really good job placing that changeup low and away against some of these righty hitters. So far, a good strikeout pitch today. As his first pitch, a looping curveball, misses low. 1 ball, no strike to Braden Randall, the shortstop. 296 hitter so far. 4 RBIs and 3 runs. Another pitch misses low, and Randall gives no thought about it. 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, I mean, a base open here, but with the lineup flipping over, this is not necessarily a spot where you want to load the bases.
Randall, the 9-hole hitter. That pitch, strike with no swing, up and inside. And it's 2-1. Hayden Federico on deck. Judd Utermark in the hole. This one a line drive, and it's just foul.
Ooh, that was close.
Tice Armstrong gave it an effort, tried to make the leap and grab, but in the end it works out for the Bears as the count remains tied up at 2 outs, runners on second and third.
This is going to be a huge pitch for Stahl.
Lefty on lefty. He gets set. He deals. Misses low and again blocked by Kennett. Throughout this Ole Miss lineup, a lot of good discipline so far, not biting on a lot of these breaking balls in the dirt.
Yeah.
Seems like the only pitch that's been getting him to bite has been that changeup. And that one called third strike. Freezes up Randall and strands runners on second and third as the Rebels only able to cash in for one run. It's a 1-1 ball game as we head to the top of the third inning. This is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Due up for the Bears, Pearson Reebok, Tice Armstrong, and Travis Sanders. All three reached base back in the first inning. Pearson Reebok will get things started against Hunter Elliott. Elliott's first pitch popped up on the infield into foul territory. Moving to his right is Utermark. He makes the catch and puts away Reebok for out number one.
One pitch, one out. That's what you want to see if you're Hunter Elliott right now.
First pitch to Tice Armstrong, paints that low and outside corner, gets the called strike. Armstrong walked back in the first inning. He got stranded on third base. The 0-1 skips in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I think Elliott's really started to settle into this game. Only 1 walk last inning, but 2 strikeouts last inning, 2 flyouts. He's starting to really show that he can control this game.
1-1. Misses downstairs once again.
And only 1 hit through 2 1/3 for the Bears.
He deals. Gets the outer edge. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bases are empty. Tice Armstrong trying to show that he can get the job done on the road. Went 1 for 11 in Round Rock last weekend. He swings and misses as he goes down on strikes for out number 2.
Fourth strikeout of the day for Hunter Elliott.
Now at 46 pitches, 24 balls to 22 strikes. But knowing how many balls he threw at the beginning of this ballgame, he's really, like you said, found his way, found the zone.
Yeah, absolutely. He was averaging 23 pitches through those first 2 innings. This is only his 7th pitch of the third.
First pitch to Travis Sanders, called a strike at the knees.
And he's looking to get out of this inning quickly.
Sanders singled back in the first. Check swing. Joe Harris gives the call for a strike. Sanders will now have to protect. Down in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. The 2-strike pitch from Elliott. Can't quite find the outer edge. Good job by Travis Sanders laying off the pitch. He's got some great vision on the outer part of the plate. Trying to get things started. But he'll stare at strike 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning with back-to-back Ks for Hunter Elliott as he keeps it a 1-1 ball game halfway through the third. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Stephon Stahl had a rough start to the second inning, gave up his first run on the season, now standing at a 1.08 ERA. Gave up back-to-back base hits, and then an error from Brighton Clements scored the run, but came back with 2-3 ground out, and then back-to-back Ks as this one punched into deep right center field. Ty Johnson moving, he makes the catch for a quick out number 1.
Pretty routine fly ball for Ty out there. The shade's starting to slowly cover center field, so no sun in his eyes. Makes that an easy play.
Yeah, right now, with how the sun and the shade are working on this field, Brady Janusek, the right fielder, the only one having to deal with the sun the entire time.
And it's all over him, man.
Ty Johnson, if he runs to his left, he'll have to deal with it a little bit. First pitch to Utermark, misses inside.
40th pitch on the day for Stahl.
Utermark struck out swinging as takes a big swing on that pitch, fouls it straight back.
He's trying to give me a souvenir to take home.
Yeah, just a couple feet over to our left. Don't worry, we'll be ready, we'll be ready. Can't connect on the changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, nobody on base for the Rebels. Tries to get the backdoor slider, can't get the call, so the count's tied up at 2. Stahl gets set. Black glove at his stomach. High and tight, misses, and the count runs full. The offering freezes him up on the outer edge. As Stefan Stahl has now struck out Judd Utermark both times he's come up to the plate today.
And the guy we were talking about in the pregame, being a ground ball artist, is showing that he can strike big name hitters out as well. You love to see it.
That's strikeout number 4 for Stefan Stahl. The last 2 both have caught the batters looking.
And that's a career high for him in strikeouts.
He's done such a good job today of being able to mix up his pitches. As we're talking about that changeup, low and away to these right-handed hitters. Got him. Got Utermark with that pitches. The 1-0 just misses that low and outside corner.
He's painting the bottom of the zone, and if hitters don't like that, they're not going to find a way to get around it.
2-0, swing and a miss, and Stefan Stahl coming back with some heat. 89-mile-an-hour sinker. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now to Becerra, who flew out to right field. And induces another big swing. So you're saying that Stahl was really utilizing the bottom half of that zone. These last 2 pitches, he's come back and he's risen that eye level. 2 straight pitches high in the zone, forcing swings and misses from Becerra.
And I think he's setting something up low here.
As he skips one in, but Becerra does not bite.
When you see 2 high balls like that, you could only imagine that he's trying to come down and paint something low. Try to tunnel that change up, perhaps.
Big swing and a miss. Back-to-back Ks closes out the 1-2-3 inning for Stefan Stahl as he continues to roll. That's K number 5, extending his career high and keeps it a 1-1 ball game. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hunter Elliott has given up 1 run on 1 hit through 3 innings of work. Got himself 5 Ks and 3 walks, all through 50 pitches, and he's an even 25 balls to 25 strikes. As his first pitch to Hunter Snow gets the called strike on the upper half of the zone.
The Hunter-Hunter matchup.
And Hunter Snow got hit quite a few times last weekend, mainly against lefty pitchers going high and tight. He takes a big hack, can't connect. No balls, 2 strikes. Hunter Snow driving in the only Baylor run on the afternoon so far with the fielder's choice. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Now Hunter Elliott has sent down the last 3 Baylor hitters on strikes.
Still only 1 hit on the day for the Bears.
Braden Buchanan, the first strikeout victim, as he's way ahead on that pitch. Oh, 1. This one lined into the right field corner, and it's down for a base hit. Buchanan racing over to second. It's a stand-up double for the Bears' designated hitter as they are back in business.
And that's just a great piece of hitting right there from Braden. Timing that up late, slamming it down the line, keeping it low, keeping it tight to the line. It's exactly what you want to see from your designated hitter.
And what an impressive hit. That's a right-handed hitter poking that one down the right field line, getting it all the way to the corner onto the warning track, and a one-hopper off the wall. Some great swing and some great power going the other way.
Yeah, to push that, that's a hard ball to push, for sure.
Bryton Clements stares at ball 1 up and away. Struck out swinging in the second inning. Now with the runner on second. Clements not biting on the low slider. Clements looking for RBI number 2. Throw back to second. But Buchanan not too far off the bag. Also one of those guys, not the biggest threat on the base paths.
But he moved nicely on that double. No problem getting and standing at all.
Looks back over to second. He'll turn around and makes another throw, but Buchanan returning safely.
Yeah, nobody's really over there guarding him. They're not too worried about him stealing third base. I'm not too worried about him stealing third base.
And the 2-0 delivery. Fouled back to the screen. We've seen a couple of swings from Clements getting some contact in the ball, but just getting under it. Need to lift up the plane of his swing.
Yeah, that's exactly how it was last at bat. He had 2 fouls straight back. Good timing, but just the barrel of the bat's just underneath it.
And he swings and misses, bites on that low and outside changeup. Clements making his 4th start on the season. 2-2. Bites once again on that changeup, and he'll have to walk back to the dugout as the second strikeout of the inning.
And they started off well without these strikeouts, but right now I'm thinking they're swinging at too many pitches. They're getting too excited. That pitch right there was in the dirt. You have to have a little bit more plate discipline there on 2 strikes. Expect a pitch that you don't want to hit, but if it's near, then you have to be ready. But that pitch was nowhere near the zone.
First pitch to Johnson, low and inside. And today it's not been the fastball. Bears are not getting overpowered by the speed of Hunter Elliott's pitches. But like you said, they're really just reaching out of the zone. A lot of these breaking balls off speed that's low and away, trying to make any kind of contact. As the front door slider gets the call from Joe Harris. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lefty on lefty. Johnson got it better of Elliott last time. That one just misses Johnson's thigh.
With confidence, he stood still. Didn't flinch a bit.
A pitch from Elliott. Gets that slider sweeping across the zone, painting the outer edge. And the count's tied up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Buchanan standing on second. Elliott deals. Skips this in the dirt, blocked by Foley. So full count to Ty Johnson. Braden Buchanan will be running on any contact.
70th pitch on the day for Hunter Elliott.
He pauses. Here's the delivery. Called strike 3, and Ty Johnson knew he missed that one. And 3 Ks from Hunter Elliott strands Buchanan on second. As we are halfway through the 4th inning on this Friday afternoon here at Daikin Park. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
It was the heart of the order that got the ball rolling back in the 2nd inning. Starting off with back-to-back base hits from Colin Reuter and Will Furness, and then Austin Foley driving in Reuter with an error from Brighton Clements. It's now the 4-5-6 hitters due up once again. The first pitch fouled off towards the Baylor dugout by Colin Reuter. Led off the 2nd inning with a single, came around to score on the Clements error. As he skies this one, and it'll go foul down the first base side.
And Reuter's showing that he is as legit as they say. You know, we talked about before the game the lack of competition Ole Miss played and how his numbers looked video game-esque. He's showing that these numbers are legit and that he can do that against Power 4 schools.
Transferred from BYU after 2024 as he drives this one down the left field line, and it's down. Fair ball. And he's hustling for second as he slides in safely. Colin Reuter, a leadoff double, and he's 2 for 2 on the afternoon.
First baseman number 36, Will Furness.
Colin Reuter, when he was with BYU in 2024, went 2 for 8 with the double and a run against Baylor in a 3-game series, and now in just 2 at-bats has tied the same amount of hits as Furness takes a big swing on a high changeup, can't make contact.
And Stahl's really going at these hitters. He's leaving it all in the zone or right around it. And Reuter's made him pay, but other than that, there hasn't been much contact on the ball, except for Furness's double, of course. But
Sinker gets the outer edge against the lefty swinging Furness. Now it's pitch number 45 for Stefan Stahl so far. Mixed it up with a curveball low, doesn't get a swing. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Furness, who doubled in the second inning, got stranded at third. Swing and a miss, way out in front of that curveball. And that's strikeout number 6 for Stefan Stahl. Mike Bianco, the head coach for Ole Miss, having some words with Joe Harris.
and Coach Bianco is such a legend of this game. One of the longest tenured coaches in all of collegiate baseball. An impressive career record, over 1,000 wins.
And he's the longest active coach in the SEC among baseball, men's basketball, and football. That pitch misses up and away to Austin Foley. He joined the program in June of 2000. As you said, winningest coach in program history. Led him to their lone national championship. 19 postseason appearances. As Foley swinging under the high changeup.
And over 100 draft picks produced at Ole Miss since he's come here. Really impeccable stuff. He makes guys that are meant to be pros.
Pitch from Stahl. Called a strike, gets no swing from Foley. It was a 1 ball, 2 strike count, 1 out. Reuter on second. He's already come around to score in this ball game. The pitch to Foley. Foul tip caught by J.J. Kennett. And the Rebels catcher will go down on strikes for a crucial second out of this inning.
And this has become a strikeout fest for both teams. 8 on the day for Hunter Elliott and 7 for Stefan Stahl. 15 total strikeouts through 4 innings.
Yeah, Stahl must have heard us say that he's not a strikeout guy, and he said, watch this. As his first pitch, a curveball, finds that lower third of the zone, gets called a strike. Decker won't swing on another curveball, this time low and inside. Decker from Sellersburg, Indiana. Doesn't bite at another pitch in the dirt. Decker, a transfer from Murray State, who eliminated Ole Miss last year in the Oxford Regional. Stares at ball 3.
Murray State's always a competitor, a dark horse.
Yeah, and last season with the Racers, he led that team and the Missouri Valley Conference with an on-base percentage of .496. That was also 39th in the country. And he'll add to his on-base percentage this season as he'll take ball 4.
First walk of the game for Stahl.
Yeah, and that's something Baylor has been very good about so far on this season. Coming into today, Baylor was winning the free pass battle this season 74-30. And they've continued to win today. I think that's really been a big difference. Stefan Stahl contributing a lot to that, as Sean Snedeker will come out and talk to his pitcher.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a 2-out jam here, but these last two guys, Sermons and Randall, both guys he struck out already. I don't think he'll have any trouble getting out of this jam. I have full confidence in him.
Yeah, we've seen this inning for Stahl that he's really starting to embrace the curveball. But over the last at-bat or two, he's really not been able to find a consistent location on it. And I think this might be a great time just to go back to the well. Go back to that changeup that was working so well against the righty swinging Sermons.
Or I'd like to see him do what he did against Becerra last inning. Throw that sinker high, set the tone high, and then drop it low for the strikeout.
2 outs, runners on first and second. Goes with a first pitch curveball in at the knees, called a strike. And why should we have any doubt in Stefan Stahl? He's been proving us wrong all day.
He's been really showing that he wants to be a starter in this rotation and proving every reason why. Playing against 2 ranked teams, only allowing 1 run. Very impressive.
Went back with the curve this time, low and away, ball 1. Foul tip caught by J.J. Kennett. Stahl now 1 strike away from getting out of this inning.
And 1 strike away from strikeout number 8 on the day. He's already doubled his career high.
1-2 pitch, skipped in and blocked by the chest protector of J.J. Kennett. And Stahl, last season making 4 starts in 15 appearances. That was as a junior. After spending 2 seasons at McLennan Community College. Foul tip and caught by J.J. Kennett. And make that K number 8 for Stefan Stahl as he struts off the mound and gets a warm welcome by his teammates. And we are still tied up at 1 apiece as we head to the 5th inning. This is Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Nine-hole hitter J.J. Kennett will get things started for the Bears. trying to give Stephon Stahl some run support. It's a 1-1 ball game. Last two frames have been scoreless for both teams. Baylor hasn't scored since the first inning, as Kennett takes a big swing and misses on the low and outside changeup. Flew out to left field in the second. Takes another big swing and gets under the fastball.
Kennett, one of the few guys in this lineup who hasn't struck out yet. In fact, one of only two remaining batters that hasn't struck out yet.
The only other one, Pearson Reebok. As he stares at the high fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kennett, one of the most animated guys on this team. He was electric opening weekend, but he swings and misses and goes down on strikes. 8th Baylor hitter to strike out against Hunter Elliott, just leaving Pearson Reebok.
Elliott's looking for his career high 10. Could hit 11 this inning if the next 2 batters strike out.
The lineup card will turn over for Brady Janusek. First pitch low, called a ball. The 1-0 from Elliott. Gets that backdoor slider, called a strike on the outer edge. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases are empty. He kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Brady Janusek this time swinging on top of that pitch.
And it's looking more and more like Elliott's about to get that career high in strikeouts today. The Bears not looking at as many strikeouts, but still this strikeout number is definitely starting to be a problem. 9 strikeouts through 4 1/3.
The 1-2 offering. Swing and a miss. Career high strikeout number 10 for Hunter Elliott. First Ole Miss pitcher to reach double-digit Ks this season.
His 3rd time hitting 10 strikeouts in a game. Definitely looking right here to get number 11 and set that personal best.
And the Bears lineup really looking like they're going back to their old ways that they had at Round Rock. A lot of swings and misses. As that one hits Pearson Reebok in the side, and Mike Bianco not happy, asking for a review, and he just popped out of that dugout very quickly. He was not happy about it. The umpires will have a quick discussion, and we will have a review. The home plate umpire, Joe Harris, said that Pearson Reebok had gotten hit in the side.
Sorry, go ahead.
Well, that would be the second time that Pearson Reebok will have reached by getting hit by a pitch. And
I was going to say I much prefer the Major League system where they have the review play right behind home plate rather than having to run down into the home team dugout back at Magnolia. That's always a bit of a pain to have to see the umpires run down, run into the clubhouse, and then come all the way back out of the clubhouse just so they make the call. It's always more efficient.
Yeah, and just one of the many perks that comes with being at a Major League facility. Last weekend in Round Rock at Dell Diamond, they had the replay camera, the screen kind of off to the side near the camera well by the third base dugout. We're going to get our call right here.
Very quick review.
And he does get hit on the thigh, so Pearson Reebok will reach for the second time today, both times getting hit.
Another Baylor base runner. 2 outs, though, but hopefully we can do something with it. This is the heart of the order right here, so if anything's going to happen, it's going to happen through Armstrong, Sanders, and Snow.
Tice Armstrong 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk today. Throw over to first, but Reebok back in safely.
And every time he picks him off, I just can't help but go back and think about Janusek getting picked off in the first. Such a deadly move, as we keep saying.
Another throw over to first, and as we've seen so many pickoff attempts from Hunter Elliott, I think Baylor's starting to see the slight differences that go in his cadence and his rhythm and how he kicks his leg, but when he goes to home and when he goes over to first. So his first pitch to Tice Armstrong gets called a strike on the outer third. But in the end, Elliott's doing his job. He's doing exactly what he wants, and that's keeping Baylor runners from trying to steal bases.
Absolutely.
He's trying to keep them close. Baylor went 7 for 9 on stolen bases last weekend. That's a big hack and no contact by Tice Armstrong.
And right here in the back of Elliott's mind, he's thinking about that career best. I just know it.
He has 10 Ks so far. Another throw over to first, but Reebok's barely even off the bag.
I don't blame him. He's been thrown over now 3 times. Probably will get 3 more if there's a foul ball here or a ball thrown. Reebok is 3 for 4 stealing this year, so definitely one of Baylor's more dangerous runners.
Reebok staying close. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Up and away, ball 1. And for Tice Armstrong, really has only seen any success in Waco. Struggled mightily in Round Rock and already reached once. Now trying to get that first base hit. He's early, but he gets a foul tip off the end of the bat and stays alive.
He's not looking to let Hunter Elliott get that career high.
You never want to be that guy, you know?
Never want to be that guy.
Throw back over to first.
It's almost become predictable at this point.
Yeah, not really much of a contest these last couple throws.
Even I'm starting to notice the cadence a little bit.
But if that keeps Reebok only about 6 feet off the bag, then might as well just keep on throwing over the first. And that's a swing and a miss. Career high, K number 11. As Hunter Elliott getting a congratulation from his teammates. And both pitchers are dealing. As we're halfway through this ball game, Bears 1, Rebels 1. You're listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Daikin Park in lovely Houston, Texas. New pitcher on the mound for your Bears, Charlie Atkinson. Jeffrey, what can you tell us about Charlie?
Yeah, Charlie Atkinson, the junior right-handed pitcher, back in his hometown. The guy from Katy, Texas, in the West Houston area. Transfer from Dallas Baptist, making his third appearance for the Bears this season. Last pitched on Sunday, went 2 1/3 scoreless against Southern Miss, gave up 4 hits and struck out a pair.
As his first pitch is outside for a ball. Second pitch, low. Brings the count to 2-0.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of an adjustment for the Rebels now having to face a tall righty.
That one graces the outside for strike one.
You got Atkinson standing at 6'5", weighing 220. Very vertical pitcher as well.
That one called low. Brings the count to 3-1. Swung on in the dirt. Brings the count full. Good slider there from Atkinson. Here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, grounded to first base. Tice takes it himself. Easy 3 unassisted.
Man, a good jump by Atkinson on the first batter he faces. Kind of working different areas in the zone, going low, middle, high, working longitudinally. And that really works well with how he pitches. He's a very vertical thrower, has a very high arm angle, and that's exactly where he wants to work. He's tall. He's able to throw that pitch down and mix that fastball along with some of his breaking balls as well.
Yeah, his 6'5" frame makes it hard for any batter to read that ball out of his hand, as that ball's fouled straight back by Federico. Counts 0-1. Here's the second pitch. Fouled down the first base line into the home dugout. 0-2 now to the leadoff batter. Left high and away.
Yeah, if you look at this infield, extremely shifted to the lefty Federico's pull side. You've got Pearson Reebok about 15 feet into the outfield grass. You've got Travis Sanders right behind second base.
As that ball swung on and missed, but behind the catcher. Thrown on to first base. Tice has no problem with it. First strikeout on the day for Atkinson.
And that's one of the things I really like about Baylor's catchers is their ability to move, particularly J.J. Kennett. He's not a very big guy, but he's able to move very well on a drop third strike like that. There's a good number of catchers in college baseball that may not be making that play as easily as J.J. Kennett, but he uses his athletic frame for a catcher and utilized it right there.
Absolutely. As the first pitch is taken high by Udermark. And Judd still looking for that home run today to tie him for 10th place all time, as he takes a huge hack at that pitch. It is 1-1.
Yeah, and you know his eyes are lighting up whenever he sees a pitch up in the zone. That's what he wants. He wants a breaking ball high they can really unleash on.
Ball taken low in the dirt. Count is 2-1 to Judd. Tried to frame it. Umpire disagrees. The count will be 3-1 to the second batter of the Rebel lineup. And that is taken ball 4. So the Rebels have some life. Looking for a 2-out rally, bringing up Becerra. Becerra batting .485 this year before this game. Currently batting .457. Pitch taken inside, close to the hands. Pickoff attempt at first, no good. Udermark is back, sliding. Becerra's 0 for 2 on the day with 1 strikeout.
Yeah, that was very uncharacteristic of Becerra, just starting off slow to this weekend.
Ball's taken in the dirt. Check swing, no call. Count will be 2-0.
Yeah, Judd Udermark tied for the team lead. 3 stolen bases thus far, 3 for 4.
As that ball's lined deep to right field, way back and out of here. Home run for Tristan Becerra. The Rebels take a 3-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th. And this game is no longer tied. 4th homer on the year for Becerra, as the Bears now need to fight back from beneath.
Yeah, that's a center cut slider right there. Missed pitch by Charlie Atkinson, and Tristan Becerra all over that beautiful swing, sending that one about 20 rows deep into right field. And that's kind of what we had been expecting coming into this ball game from Ole Miss. We thought we were going to see a lot of power, but more from the righties, trying to take advantage of the Crawford boxes, but it's lefty Becerra who cashes in.
Absolutely. As that first pitch is taken in the dirt, Atkinson definitely seems a little rattled right now. This game that was knotted for so long becomes untied as that pitch is lined into left field, and Hunter Snow makes a diving grab. That will end the inning, but not before Becerra cracks this one wide open. The Rebels lead 3-1. Stay with us here on Baylor Lariat Radio for more Baylor Baseball.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
So after that 2-run blast by Becerra, the Bears come back up to bat against a new pitcher, Hudson Calhoun. Jeffrey, what do you have on Calhoun?
Yeah, Calhoun, the second Ole Miss pitcher today from Tupelo, Mississippi. A junior righty, making his third appearance on the season. Last pitched a week ago against Missouri State, giving up 1 run in 3 1/3 innings pitched. 4 strikeouts, a pair of walks, as well as 4 base hits allowed.
As his first pitch goes high above the belt for ball 1 to Sanders.
He ends a career day for Hunter Elliott. Career high 11 strikeouts in 5 innings of work, 1 run on 2 hits, and ends with only 3 walks.
That pitch is looked at right down the middle. 4 strike 1. Count goes even at 1.
I think the Bears are relieved to not see Hunter Elliott anymore. Started off really putting the ball in play more than they did last week, and then kind of fell back into their ways in Round Rock.
Called strike 2 to Sanders. Calhoun still boasts a 1.29 ERA this season. Definitely not a weak pitcher by any means. Ball taken high. 2-2 count to the Bears shortstop.
Yeah, and Calhoun's really good at eating up innings. So far, both times he's come up to pitch, going over 3 innings, went 3.1 last time against Missouri State, and then on opening day, 3.2 scoreless against Nevada.
As he thought he had strike 3, but umpire Joe Harris calls that outside. The count will go full to Sanders.
What a beautiful pitch from Calhoun. Righty against righty, using that slider, painting that low and outside corner, going away from what would have been Travis Sanders' swing, but doesn't bite.
Here's the payoff pitch. Swung and missed. As Calhoun gets his first strikeout of the day, and the Bears continue their theme of striking out.
So the last 9 outs that Ole Miss has gotten right now have been on the strikeout. Last time they got an out against this Baylor lineup that wasn't a K was Pearson Reebok's pop-up to third base back in the top of the 3rd inning.
It's been a long time. Here's the first pitch to Snow. Called strike in the bottom half of the zone. Swung on and missed at a pitch outside.
Yeah, the Bears, when they started striking out more, it was more like they started fishing for breaking balls outside the zone. Now they're swinging under a lot of these high fastballs, unable to set their sights up in the zone.
Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled out of play into the stands. Calhoun gets a new ball. Snow still down 0-2. Pitcher winds and deals. Swung on and grounded to third base. Snow trying to run it out. He will not. It's a 5-3 putout. Udermark to Furness.
And that play right there is all scouting. You saw that infield shifted towards the pole side against the lefty Hunter Snow. You had Udermark about 40% of the way down towards second base, and it makes it a lot easier. If he was in a normal third base position, he's not getting that ball. That's finding left field. But it will make the routine 5-3 putout.
Here's the first swing as that ball's also hit to Udermark. Short dribbler. He throws on to first. Back-to-back 5-3 putouts. And your Bears go down 1-2-3 in the top of the 6th. Stay with us here on Baylor Lariat Radio as we will bring you the last 3 innings of this baseball game.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
So the Rebel Bats come back up after bringing it to a 3-1 lead. Atkinson still on the mound. Jeffrey, how are you feeling about the relief pitching today, as we talked about that as one of our pointers for the game?
I mean, we're kind of seeing a similar story to what we did over the course of this last week. In Round Rock, it was a tale of two halves for that Baylor pitching staff. The 3 starters gave up only 3 runs across 13 innings, as the bullpen gave up 11 runs in 14, and then we saw the bullpen give up a bunch of runs to SFA on Tuesday.
As that ball's taken low, 1-0 count. That's taken as a strike, however. 1-1 count.
Yeah, on Tuesday it was Caden Baker who gave up 3 runs to the Lumberjacks, and then Cade Weibel who gave up the 5 spot.
Ball taken low by Reuter. Left outside by Reuter. 3-1 count, hitter's count for the lefty batter, who is 2 for 2 today with a single and a double.
Yeah, the thing with Charlie Atkinson is it really looks like the Bears want him to be a guy who can eat up multiple innings. Last 2 times he's come up to pitch, both over 2 innings of work.
As that one's taken outside and low for ball 4. The Rebels get their first base runner of the inning.
So I think this is a good challenge for Charlie Atkinson. Gave up a walk last inning, and then right after gave up a 2-run home run. Now how are you going to respond after getting the leadoff runner this time? Now working out of the stretch again.
Timeout called by the batter. Austin Foley. And I apologize, that's Will Furness on first base. Strike 1 called to Foley. Looking back the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Taken high. Counts 1-1.
Atkinson really needs to capitalize against some of these righty hitters. Ole Miss has done a good job of formulating this lineup today, going back and forth between righties and lefties.
That pickoff attempt is unsuccessful.
They just faced the lefty Will Furness, and now it's the righty Austin Foley. He's got lefty Dom Decker on deck, righty Tate Sermons in the hole.
As that ball is popped straight up to the third baseman. Oh, never mind. The catcher's underneath it. J.J. Kennett He grabs it in foul territory. Furness jogs back to first base. And that's a fly out to the catcher. First out for your Bears.
And when you think about it, that's kind of a scary play for J.J. Kennett. Throws off that mask, but it's not going very far. Almost tripped on it, trying to put away that pop-up.
And when that ball's so straight vertical up and down like that, it's hard to really truly get under it and see it as a catcher because it's just wiggling in the air and the air's taking it one way and then another. But he found it and got it for the out as that ball's taken low and inside.
Yeah, and
Ball one.
And he had to reach kind of over his head to make that catch. And yeah, as you said, pop-ups in theory should be easy, right? You don't have to move very far, but in the end they go so high up you never know what direction they're going to move. How far are they going to move from where they're being hit?
Decker fouls that one into the second story over the third base line. Count is 1-1 to the second baseman.
But I think it's just small stuff like that can really showcase the benefits of having an athletic catcher like J.J. Kennett.
Taken low and inside. 2-1 count. Fortunately, Atkinson's stuff is not hitting the zone right now. 18 of his 32 pitches have been for balls. As that's another one in the dirt. 3-1 count now to the 7-hole hitter Decker.
Yeah, J.J. Kennett coming out to talk to Atkinson.
He definitely looks a little flustered since he gave up that home run. He started off confidently, got 2 quick outs last inning, including a strikeout, walked a guy, and then gave up the homer. Since then, he's looked questionable at best with his control.
Yeah, and I think this is also a really good time just set the path forward, right? This is what we're going to do. This is your next couple pitches because right now you're down 3-1, 1 out, runner on first. But I think it's also a good time to reset that rhythm, right? Pitchers are creatures of habit. They want to continue and repeat that rhythm that makes them succeed.
I agree, and especially at the bottom of the order here, 7, 8, 9 hitters. This is the time that you want to have a positive mindset and go in and hit confidence. That one's hit to the second baseman. 4, 6, 3, double play for the Bears as they work their way right out of the jam. 1 pitch after the pitching conversation with the catcher. Atkinson works his way out. Stay with us as we bring you the top of the 7th inning, and your Bears come back to bat, hoping to fight back from the lead on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball as we have a pinch hitter. Brighton Clemens is pinch hit for Cade Dodson. He'll be coming into the game to play third base, batting lefty against the righty pitcher Hudson Calhoun. And Jeffrey, you were talking about that double play ball last inning and how that's been the recipe for success for this Baylor defense this whole season.
Yeah, I mean, it has been, and you came into the season, Travis Sanders moved from second to now his natural position of shortstop, and then you move Pearson Reebok from third to second, and these guys have just been unbelievable duo. Great chemistry, 9 double plays turned.
As that one is called for strike 2.
But then those guys, they go way back. They met when they were in high school through a mutual friend. They bonded through video games just like any other guy, and now they're an elite defensive middle infield duo.
As Dodson strikes out on 3 pitches, swinging.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a challenge throughout the season for Baylor, trying to find a consistent bat at third base. Now, Brian Clements and Cade Dodson have been going kind of back and forth with starts. Now those two combined today, 0 for 3 with 3 Ks. Trying to make up for the offense they lost with Pearson Reebok moving to second now.
Ty Johnson fouls that one down towards the home dugout. Johnson is 0 for 1 today with a walk. Been on base once. Lefty on righty matchup here for the Bears. Swing and a miss at the high heat. Count goes to 0-2. Bears cannot seem to get much going here.
Yeah, Ty Johnson's going to be a guy that they're going to have to rely on as the season progresses to really get on base and get the wheels moving in the lower part of the lineup.
As he pops that one into the infield. Will Furness underneath it. That'll be an F3. 2 outs now for the Bears in the 7th, as they are still looking for some momentum to give them some more runs. J.J. Kennett at the dish now. Good defensive work behind the plate so far today. 0 for 2 hitting, however. As that one's taken for a strike in the upper half of the zone. Calhoun's really been able to control his pitch as well. Only 18 pitches, 15 for strikes. Only 3 balls the entire inning and 2/3. As that ball's dribbled out to the shortstop. 6-3 put out. And the Bears, 3 up, 3 down. That brings us to the 7th inning stretch. Stay with us here on Baylor Lariat Radio. We'll be right back with more Baylor Baseball.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back after that 7th inning stretch. Pinch hitter for the Ole Miss Rebels. Pinch hitting is number 4, Cannon Golden from Buford, Georgia. The lefty is a freshman, boasting a .250 average this season. As that ball swung on right to center field, ties all over it, and that is a quick F9. Atkinson still in this game, playing that long relief role. Pitch 2 in the 3rd already.
Golden gave that ball a good ride. Freshman, perfect game, top 500 freshman arrivals. D1 baseball, top 100 freshman, playing in his 7th game this season.
That ball's called for a strike to Braden Randall.
Yeah, Randall hasn't had a great day at the plate. 0 for 2. Showed bunt, then pulled it back. Trying to go back to some small ball. We've seen that from Ole Miss.
That ball's hit right back to center field. More into right field now. As Janusek is all over that. 2 quick pop-ups now for Atkinson. This bottom of the order has come around quickly. Only 3 pitches to get 2 outs for Atkinson.
Yeah, Atkinson just trying to fill up the top part of the zone after missing center cut with the slider back in the 5th inning. This time gets what he wants. He wants the batters like Randall to swing under it and just pop it up. Give it a nice, easy catch for Brady Janusek or one of those middle infielders.
Federico looks at that ball low. Atkinson with the pitch. Into the dirt. 2-0 count for the center fielder. Lefty batter is 0 for 3 on the day. Not a great day hitting for him either. Called strike on the inside half of the plate. Curveball from Atkinson.
Yeah, I really like that pitch. We have talked about how some of these Baylor pitchers are setting these Ole Miss hitters' sights high initially and then going down. This time getting a called strike.
As that ball's way too high. 3-1 count.
Yeah, J.J. Kennett right there. He's pointing at his pitchers saying he's trying to pump him up, right? And that's one thing that I love about both Baylor catchers is that they do such a great job of communicating with those pitchers, trying to keep their confidence up.
Absolutely, as that ball's hacked out in the dirt. Brings us to a full count to the leadoff hitter. Definitely not a guy you want to leave on base, especially with Udermark, Becerra, and Reuter right behind him. The heart of this order can definitely be one that punishes you if left unattended, as we saw in the 5th.
Yeah, and for Atkinson, if he can get this 1-2-3 inning, what a confidence boost that will be for this Baylor bullpen that's been struggling all week.
As that one is in the dirt for ball 4, unfortunately. Federico draws the walk, and that brings up Judd Udermark to try to clean up that runner.
Yeah, I'm afraid that last pitch, that ball 4, was just a little too predictable. 3rd straight back foot breaking ball. And Federico was swinging at the first 2 times, but he was all over on that last pitch as Mitch Thompson's coming out.
Yeah, that'll be the end of Atkinson's evening. 2 2/3, 2 earned runs. And we will be having a pitching change. If you would stay with us here on Baylor Lariat Radio, we will be right back after this break.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
And welcome back as we have a pitching change in the mound for you. Grayson Murray, righty from Tyler, Texas. Played at Tyler JUCO before coming to Baylor last year. Having a little bit of a rough season, 4.91 ERA. What else do you have on him, Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think it's just been a couple blows to his confidence as that one gets by Tice Armstrong.
And that's going to go way out. And he's rounded. He's going to third. Federico's on his way to third. And he's in there easily. After that pickoff attempt goes wild.
Yeah.
And now the Rebels are in prime position to score a run here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and I think that's just another blow to his confidence. First appearance he made on the season, gave up 2 runs on 5 hits to New Mexico State. But since then, hasn't given up a run. A run has not been given to him, but another thing that's kind of hurt his confidence back against Purdue last Saturday, he threw 1 pitch against Purdue, and that was the walk-off single that Weston Boyle hit. So it's just been a couple of blows to his confidence, I think, is what's kept him from going back to that 2.19 ERA he had last year.
As that first pitch is low and in the dirt for ball 1. Udermark looking to make this a 4-1 game, if not a 5-1 game. As that one's hacked at and miss. Right down the middle with the slider. He was looking at it inside, but it cut right back in. Good pitch there by Murray. As that one's popped up. Second baseman, Reebok, is underneath it. And that will end the inning and avoid any further damage. Bears still trail 3-1 going into the top of the 8th. Stay with us here on Baylor Lariat Radio. We'll be right back with more baseball.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to the top of the 8th. Baylor looking to make a statement here with the top of the order. Janusek, Reebok, and Armstrong. Still down 3-1. Looking to put more contact on the ball. They've struck out 16 times this game so far. Definitely not a number you want to see. As the first pitch is swung on and missed. No, I apologize. 13 times this game. Janusek takes another hack and miss. 0-2 count to the right fielder.
Yeah, if you're Joel Mangrum, you got to be extremely pleased with what you've seen from Elliott and Calhoun. These guys, the Tupelo duo, have been a great 1-2 punch so far, as Calhoun has followed up Elliott every single time he's come up onto the mound.
Another pitch swung on and missed. 3 pitches, 1 out, 1 more strikeout for your Bears. 14 on the day. And yeah, like you were saying, after that first inning fiasco, they haven't had any trouble. Only 1 batter reached scoring position since then, Braden Buchanan, in the 4th inning, and he didn't do anything. Back-to-back strikeouts since he hit that double. The Bears haven't even had a hit since then. So it's definitely been a great pitching day for the Rebels as that ball is left upstairs. The Bears are still struggling to find hits against top competition, but they still have 8 more outs. Let's see what they can put together. As that ball's left in the dirt. 2-0 count now to Reebok.
Yeah, and this got to be such a frustrating thing for Baylor. You got, it just seems like quality start after quality start from your guys over the weekend, and then just in the end, it doesn't seem to make much of a difference. This offense has not been going. The bullpen has not held up their end of the bargain.
As that's a called strike in the lower half of the zone. Reebok thought about it, but he thought it was low. Count goes to 2-1.
Yeah, but it's such a tight-knit group that I know there's not any finger-pointing going on, especially this early in the season, but something needs to be addressed soon.
As that one's also low in the zone, called for a strike. Reebok does not like these pitches low, but it brings the count to 2-2. And if the theme wasn't obvious enough, another strikeout for the Bears. Reebok goes down swinging. 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Top of the 8th, I apologize.
Yeah, Hudson Calhoun really starting to show off that speed. 95-mile-an-hour fastball up in the zone, and Pearson Reebok just unable to make any contact, swinging under it.
Calhoun's control of the zone has been impeccable. 22 strikes on 27 pitches. To control the zone that well and to not let any batters even touch the ball, I mean, he's blowing it right by these guys. As that change drops in 88 miles per hour in the dirt for ball 1. Second pitch is high and inside. 2-0 count to Tice Armstrong. Tice is hoping to make his mark on this game. He had a walk in the first inning, but 2 strikeouts since. He's trying to prove that he can be an away field batter as well as a home field batter. As that ball's taken high, 3-0 count now to Tice. And I think with the day that he's had and the entire Baylor lineup's had, They're going to give him the red light here. Tell him to slow down and take a pitch. And then from there, we'll work through the hitter's count to see if he can get on base. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Taken for a strike on the inside half of the plate. That'll bring the count to 3-1.
Yeah, this is a situation that Calhoun has not been in very often. 6 batters he's thrown first pitch strikes to, so getting down 3-0, something he's not had to do so far.
As that ball is swung on, fouled back. 3-2 count. 2 outs in the top of the 8th as the Bears work with their final 4 outs.
Yeah, that's kind of, for Calhoun, exactly what you want to do after going down 3-0. You throw a get-me-over fastball, and you throw another competitive pitch. Hopefully get a called strike, swing and a miss, or a foul ball like we just saw. Now it's full count.
Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled out of play down the third base line. Into the club seats.
Yeah, Mitch Thompson, throughout the early part of the season, has talked so much about how Baylor's been competitive in all these games against top teams, right? They lost 3-1 against Oregon State, lost 5-1 against Southern Miss. Now that you're down 3-1, you got to find a way to get over the hump at some point.
As that's taken way low in the dirt, didn't even reach the plate. Tice will reach base again on a walk. And now your Bears have their first base runner since the 5th inning. Wow. Definitely been a slow roundabout since Calhoun came to the rubber, I should say. Travis Sanders walks up to the plate as pitching coach Joel Mangrum comes out to have a chat with Calhoun. His first base runner of the day. He sent down 8 straight before allowing that walk. Still has yet to allow a hit. The Bears are desperately looking for at least a run this inning to put them into contention in the 9th to fight back. But so far to no avail.
Yeah, and you really have to string together base hits. You can't live and die by the long ball. In the end, like, these guys in college aren't going to hit enough home runs where you have to rely so heavily on home runs. You can't rely on Tice Armstrong being able to blast 20-plus home runs in a season because that's just not realistic.
Absolutely.
Right? You need to be able to string hits, and I think this is a great opportunity. You got a guy like Tice Armstrong getting on base, 3-2 pitch, and you got ball 4. Great discipline. Now you got to follow that up. And Travis Sanders is a guy I would love to see follow that up. He had a hit in the first inning, but back-to-back Ks. Now it's time to step up. You need to get your offense going, and Travis Sanders has to be that guy.
Completely agree. As here's the first pitch, swung on. Slider appears to dip away from him as he is down in the count, 0-1. And the shortstop has had a rough go about today. The lone RBI. As that one's over, and that's a base hit. Single into left field for Sanders. As I apologize, he had a single earlier in the game as well. The RBI is credited to Hunter Snow, who steps in now.
Yeah, and if you remember back with Travis Sanders' single in the first, it was identical to that line drive he just hit, right out of the reach of Braden Randall, the shortstop, into left field. And now it's time to get the wheels rolling, right? Starting to get greased. Now you got to keep on going. You got a runner in scoring position, and the tying run is now on base.
As that one is hammered way back to left field. Looking up at the wall, it is gone! Hunter Snow in the 8th inning. And we were just talking about living and dying by the long ball, but the Bears are gonna live by it. Baylor takes the lead 4-3 on the long ball into the Crawford boxes, just like you were talking about. Wow.
at least for this long ball, you got to give credit to the guys getting on base before it. You strung together 3 base runners. That's what made the long ball so effective and gave the Bears a 4-3 lead, a 3-run bomb. And this game has turned on its head as Mike Bianco is now coming out and will make a call to the bullpen as John Ewens will pinch hit for Braden Buchanan. Unbelievable.
And Hunter Snow has all 4 RBIs for us today. That was very impressive. The Bears continue to live by the long ball, apparently. And all of a sudden, this game is flipped on its head. The Bears take an impressive 4-3 lead over the Rebels going into the closing frame. As we'll be right back with this pitching change from the Rebels. Pitching change on the mound for the Rebels. Landon Koenig, the junior righty from Page, North Dakota, hopes to get the Rebels out of this inning. They only need 1 more out, but speaking of 2 outs, let's talk about that 2-out rally, Jeffrey. What are you thinking about the Baylor offense's resilience?
You just got to get guys on base. It's as simple as that. They hadn't, before that Tice Armstrong walk, they hadn't gotten a runner on base since Pearson Reebok got hit by a pitch with 2 outs in the 5th inning. You need something to get the wheels moving, to get the blood pumping, and that's exactly what it is. Then you got Travis Sanders following up with a single. Now you're really starting to feel it. And then Hunter Snow cashing in, driving in all 4 runs today for the Bears. And now they've taken a 4-3 lead here in the top of the 8th.
As we have a pinch hitter for the Bears, lefty John Ewens comes into the game. Pinch hitting for Braden Buchanan at DH. As he check swings at a ball in the dirt. Count is 0-1. Ewens ready. Ewens lines that one foul down the first base line, but that was a rocket. Hunter Snow with 2 home runs in his past 2 games. The freshman is feeling hot, to say the least. Lefty batter on righty pitcher. Takes outside for ball 1. Some of the Rebels players thought they had a strikeout looking.
Now we've got some defensive changes as well in this inning for the Rebels. You got Tristan Becerra now in left, Brett Mosley in right.
As that ball is low of the dirt, 2-2. The Rebels definitely looking to bring their bats back up next inning. As this game just got turned on its head. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed by Younes. And that will conclude the top of the 8th, but not before the Bears strike with a slam. Hunter Snow brings this game to 4-3. Stay with us for an action-packed bottom of the 8th on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
And after that slam by Snow, the Bears take the lead in the 8th. The Rebels are now looking to fight back. Number 32, Tristan Becerra, steps into the box. Becerra, last time up, did have the homer on Atkinson. He's looking to help these Rebels out again and hopefully tie this ball game up. Here's the pitch from Murray, as that's called for a strike on the outside half of the plate.
Yeah, we were talking last inning about Grayson Murray. Just a couple of bumps to his confidence.
As that one is low in the dirt. 1-1.
But this time we saw a little bump in his confidence. That first ball he threw was a pickoff attempt over the first. Got by Tice Armstrong, but came right back.
As that ball is hammered into left center gap, deep, way back, and out of here. Tristan Becerra ties this game with a swing, and we are knotted at 4. Just when you think you have him, you don't, as that is the second homer of the day for Becerra, and he continues to hammer the ball this season.
Yeah, I mean, he is just an unbelievable talent at the plate, really. You look at this pitch, and that's not an easy pitch to get.
No.
That's a low slider. That's below the zone. And Becerra, the lefty hitter, basically golf swings it and sends it into one of the deepest parts of the park and hits a home run out into the elevated wall in left center.
As he hits a batter now, Murray is not feeling good right now. He needs to cool off.
Yeah, I think this is a great time for J.J. Kennett or Sean Snedeker to come out. You got to slow him down and also give some time for the arms that are warming up in the bullpen right now.
Yeah. That one is plunked off the back of Colin Reuter. And this brings up Will Furness, who has 1 home run on the season. As they're going to pinch run here for Reuter. That'll be number 6, Owen Pano.
Attention please for Ole Miss pinch running at first base, number 6, Owen Pano.
So after a moment to breathe, runner on first base, nobody out. Murray hoping to cool himself down against Furness. As that ball is fouled off into the stands down the third base line.
Yeah, Owen Pano playing in his 5th game this season, only has 1 start. He's really stepped into as a pinch runner role.
Definitely looking to nab second base and put that go-ahead run into scoring position. as that ball is taken inside by Furness. Count is 1-1.
Did get in a bat on Tuesday against Southeastern Missouri. Went 1 for 1. Had an RBI base hit.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit off the foot of the pitcher into center field. Pano is rounding second. He hits into third standing. And Furness gets the single that the Rebels ordered. Nobody out, runners at the corners. Ole Miss is rolling right now.
Yeah, and a good move by Bianco to put in Pano as a pinch runner, because Reuter's not making that turn over to third. That's a hard hit, low line drive into center field. And if you had Reuter still in that game, he's heading to second. He might round a little bit, but he's not going too far past that. Pano getting the job done, going from first to third, as now the leading run's 90 feet away.
Absolutely, and now Murray's in a very dangerous spot with nobody out. First pitch is called a ball. One base open, but you don't want to load the bases up here in this position. Bottom of the 8th inning, game knotted at 4.
See, this is the time where you really need that vintage Grayson Murray.
As that ball's foul tipped and back.
You need a guy who can really shut things down. I know the Baylor bullpen's still trying to find a way to fill the shoes of Gabe Craig, who was unreal last year as the Bears closer. Grayson Murray, who some people may have hoped to fill in that role.
As that ball is popped up to shallow left field. Pano is looking to tag. Here's the catch, he's tagging. Here's the throw to home. It is on target, and he is safe.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that one either. They're saying the catcher, J.J. Kennett, is calling for a review.
And every
right fielder, sorry, go ahead.
Every baseball coach is ecstatic with what Brady Janusek did. That's a fly ball, kind of shallow right field, going towards the line. He does a great job of going behind the ball and then catching that on the run. Momentum is going towards home plate, just throws an absolute dot. And a great job by J.J. Kennett to turn his body. And that's a close play. Oh.
It's a very, very close play at the plate. It appears Kennett didn't have his glove quite as low as we thought.
Oh, I don't
know if he got his hand in there. With the dirt splashing up, it's going to be a very close call at the plate here.
Yeah, because Pano, it looked like at the first angle that he would have gotten that hand under Kennett's glove, but when you look at it again, it looked like Kennett pushed that hand away from the plate. I don't know if it reached the plate.
I don't know if it did either, but we are going to see.
That angle right there.
The Ole Miss faithful in the crowd are cheering it on as safe.
Yeah, the angle behind home plate is in Ole Miss's favor, but some of the other angles, this one from center field, looks good for Baylor. It's a close one.
It's very, very close. I don't know if that hand ever touches the plate is the question to me, because J.J. Kennett, he doesn't bring the glove all the way to the dirt, but what he does is he brings it to the forearm and he pushes that hand back. It's going to be a very close call at the plate. Umpire still deliberating.
Yeah, because when you look at that play, Pano's hand was not on the plate for very long. If it made any contact with the plate, it was pushed back almost immediately by Kennett's tag.
Looking at it frame by frame, I still don't see the hand on there, but I do see glove contact right there. Does the finger reach? If only we could get a zoom-in look. It's going to be down to a finger.
Yeah, what an unbelievable game baseball is, right?
Absolutely, a game of inches. In a big field like this, it comes down to a matter of inches.
Unbelievable.
As the umpire takes his headset off, Joe Harris is deliberating with Doug Williams, our crew chief tonight. And here's the call from Williams. Safe. As the Ole Miss faithful are ecstatic. And they take the lead in the bottom of the 8th here. Sack fly for Foley.
And Mitch Thompson is livid And he gets tossed.
Wow. You have to do what you have to do for the boys in that situation. As a manager, they need to know that you have their back at all times. And honestly, in a crucial game like this against a ranked opponent, sometimes you got to go out there, get in the umpire's face, and let him know how you feel. I think that's the right play there by Mitch Thompson, and he'll head to the showers early.
Yeah, I mean, it's been such a frustrating go at it over the last week, right? You've really been fighting for these wins that you haven't quite gotten, and now you feel like you're getting cheated out. Speaking in terms of Mitch Thompson, he's feeling like his team is getting cheated out of this ball game, but close call either way. And
either way, I can't quite call it cheated out based on how this bullpen is pitched today. Our key point of the game, really, that we kept on harping on is strikeouts and relief pitching.
Yeah.
And we haven't done either well, as Murray stays in this game with 1 out. Definitely not the outing he expected, as that ball's fouled back. He lets up 2 crucial runs as Baylor gains the lead but quickly loses it. And they'll be looking to the top of the 9th to see what their bats can do.
Yeah,
hopefully just minimizing it to 1 run. I'm sorry, what were you going to say?
I was about to say that Sean Snedeker really has his work cut out for him as the season progresses. You got to find a way to get that bullpen back to their old form.
As that ball is tossed by the catcher into right field. Just an accumulation of mistakes right now. J.J. Kennett thought about trying to pick him off at first base. The throw is low, and Tice could not pick it up off the bag. Rolled into right field, and Janusek tries to gun him down at second. But unfortunately, Furness is in there easily due to the air.
Yeah, and for a team that's as defensively sound as Baylor, some of these have really come as a shock. And I think, again, a lot of this is just mental.
It's a lot of frustration right now, you can tell. They're not happy with that call at the plate. And in a game like this against a top opponent, all you want is a fair chance, and they feel like they're not getting that, and they're very frustrated right now. So hopefully they can cool their tempers, get out of this inning, and work towards fighting with the bats. That ball is fly directly to Ty Johnson. He's underneath it. Furness is trying to tag from second. He'll go right back. Fly out to center field. Second out of the inning for the Bears. As Furness stays at second base, that will bring up number 2, Mosley, playing right field in place of Sermons. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, playing right field. Yes. Lefty batter against righty Murray. As that ball's taken low and away. Ball 1.
Yeah, I think if you're the Bears, you just have to have a short memory, right? Like that replay, it's such a close play. I saw it could go either way, and when it's like that with different angles, the umpires are not going to change the initial call.
Close, but left outside by Murray. 2-0 count now to Mosley.
And so now you could tell that they've got a light that's been ignited under them, but it can go one of 2 ways. It can make them play better, or it can make them get out of control, and it hasn't been pretty so far.
Another one left outside and low by Murray. The count is now 3-0 to the pinch hitter. And that's called ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk. Runners now at first and second. That brings up the 9-hole hitter, Braden Randall. And right now, if you're Murray, you really need to focus on getting this last out. You have a force at all bases. All you need right now is to work something out in your favor. As as we have a timeout, as the pitching coach will come out and have a talk with Grayson Murray.
Yeah, I think this is a good situation for a guy like Sean Snedeker. All his pitchers say that he's such a calming presence, and I think that's exactly what they need. They're not going your way. It's starting to get a little out of control here and there. You just need someone to set the job straight, calm you down, because you only need one out. That's it, and then it's just a one-run ball game in the 9th inning.
As calm down is just what Murray does. Delivers a strike looking past Randall. Counts 0-1. And like you said, they need to get out of this inning without allowing another run. A one-run game is very doable in an inning. A 2-3 run game, that's what makes it sound more and more impossible. As that ball's popped up to left center field. Snow is underneath it. He will gather it for the final outs. And that brings us to the top of the 9th. The Bears are looking to rally off that last inning and fight for one more run to keep this game alive. Stay with us here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to the top of the 9th inning. We have the 7, 8, and 9 hitter looking to get on base. Dodson, Johnson, and Kennett all hoping to make a late game rally here in the top of the 9th. Bears down 1, 5-4 against number 11 ranked Ole Miss. Swung on and missed by Dodson. Landon Koenig still out on the bump for the Rebels. The junior has not allowed an earned run this season through 3 appearances and 4 2/3 pitched. Righty delivers. Taken high. Count is 1-1.
Yeah, the bottom 3 in this Baylor order have gone down a combined 0 for 8. Ty Johnson, the only one to reach. That was on a walk in the 2nd inning.
That ball's fouled straight back. Count moves to 1-2 on Dodson. Dodson having a very rough start to the year, batting only 105 for the lefty third baseman. They were really hoping to have him be an offensive presence this year. Unfortunately, has not been able to convert much, as that one is looked at for a called strike 3, and the Bears are down to 2 outs.
Yeah, but for a guy like Dodson, like a lot of guys on this team, he's young. He's a sophomore, just transferred from UT Arlington, kind of trying to find his footing in a new program, and that's going to happen. There's going to be growing pains.
Absolutely. As Ty Johnson steps up into the box, lefty batter on righty pitcher. That ball swung on down the line. That's fair. Ty Johnson, the speedster, rounds first base. That ball goes all the way to the right field corner. He's rounding second. He's thinking about third, but he'll go back to second base standing. And he is in with a double. The first hit from the bottom 3 hitters tonight comes just when the Bears need it, and they have a runner in scoring position with only 1 away.
And that's the veteran presence that Ty Johnson brings. You need a timely hit. Well, he's not going to do too much with it. That's a ground ball down the first base line, just past the reach of Will Furness. And now he's a runner in scoring position, and he serves as the tying run.
And a speedy pair of legs he is. He definitely can wheel around bases. I thought he was going to go 3 there. Great play out in right field by Becerra to rally that ball quickly and get it into the infield. If it wasn't for that, we would have had a runner 1 base away from scoring, as that ball is taken for a strike on the upper half of the zone by J.J. Kennett.
Yeah, I think we're gonna really need to see J.J. Kennett, kind of like what Baylor did last inning. You gotta stack up these hits, get on base, whether he gets hit or it's a walk, whatever it is, get on base or at least advance Ty Johnson to third.
As that ball's cut on and missed, he was way underneath that fastball. Count moves to 0-2 for the Baylor catcher. The Bears are hoping for a 9th inning miracle here to fight back against the ranked Ole Miss Rebels. As that ball is hit into right field, that drops in for a base hit. Ty Johnson rounds, and he's going to score. Becerra bobbles it, and J.J. Kennett has tied this ball game at 5 in the top of the 9th. The Bears will not go away.
And this is what Mitch Thompson and all the guys in this Baylor team have wanted to see from their offense when they're not at home, when they're playing some of the top teams in the country. Put the ball in play. Good things happen when you put the ball in play. That was not a hard hit ball right there. Kennett got jammed up, and he just poked it the other way. A blooper into shallow right field, and it paid dividends as we're now tied at 5.
And this brings up the top of the order. This is a really exciting part of the Bears lineup as they throw back to J.J. Kennett, who has no intention of stealing second base right now, I wouldn't imagine. He just wants to be a base running presence. He wants to have the pitcher out there know that he's there. And Koenig is very aware, as that is his first earned run on the season, and it comes at a crucial time for the Bears, as that ball is looked at for strike 1 by Brady Janusek.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of guys come in with 0 ERAs, and they leave with ERAs above that, right there. We've seen a couple guys who have had some uncharacteristic, difficult times in this ball game.
Another pickoff attempt there by Koenig, unsuccessful. JJ's back in easily. But yeah, as you were saying, a lot of guys come in early in the season, 0 ERA through 4, 5, 6 innings. And the Bears are good at cracking those type of guys. As he winds up, that ball is dribbled to third base. Is it a double play ball? They're not even going to try it. As that ball gets past first base and into right field. And he's rounding, he's coming home. Oh, but he's going to be gunned down out at home. But that allows for Brady Janusek to get all the way to third base. A little too greedy there by J.J. Kennett. Not quite sure what his thought process was, but he will be gunned down trying to get home plate and take the lead for the Bears.
Yeah, and that was just not a fundamentally sound play by Judd Utermark. Took a couple too many hops, and he realized, oh, shoot, I got to get this extremely fast guy on Baylor out at first. And so he just has to fire, and he just spikes it into the ground, and it gets by Will Furness. And, yeah, like you said, J.J. Kennett just getting a little too greedy. And, yeah, he was out by a mile at home plate. Tried to get a little bit of a swim move going, but unable to get past the glove of Austin Foley. But now the leading run is 90 feet away.
And Joel Mangrum comes out here to have a little chat with Koenig before he faces off against Reebok. And this is an exceptional opportunity for the Bears here in the top of the 9th to take the lead. This has been an exciting game through and through. Definitely a bold choice there by JJ to try to round and score. But nonetheless, it leaves a runner on third base. Any base hit here will score the leading run, the go-ahead run, the possible winning run for the Baylor Bears tonight. If this is an exciting baseball, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I mean, both teams extremely timely hitting. And the Baylor bats finally coming alive after what looked like they were all but dead. And so now they're looking at possibly taking the lead against one of the best programs in the country.
As that ball swung on and missed. Reebok, with a lot of weight on his shoulders right now as the Bears look at taking the lead here and stealing a win away from the Rebels. It'll be the Rebels' first loss of the year as that ball is taken outside for ball one.
Yeah, and the job for Pearson Reebok is very simple. You just got to poke it into the shallow outfield. You don't got to line one into the gap, go all the way to the wall. You got to do what he's been doing all season, and that's just finding the gaps in the outfield. Just turn it around.
As that ball is swung on low and missed. The count moves to 1-2. The Bears are in prime position here. Winning run on third base. As that ball is hit to the third baseman, Judd Olmark, as he lobs it over to Furness, and that will end the ninth frame, but not without the Bears fighting back. Stay with us for the bottom of the ninth here on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
And welcome back to the bottom of the ninth. The Bears are still fighting in this game, 5-5. New pitcher on the bump, Caleb Bunch, righty reliever from Keller, Texas. He's a senior. And Jeffrey, you had an interview with him recently, did you not?
Yeah, he was talking to the media along with Coach Thompson and Braden Buchanan.
As that ball is 6-3, one pitch, one out for Caleb.
Yeah, and he was talking to the media, and he was saying, he was asked about, all these close games, and he said, that shows us what kind of team we are. The fact that they were in so many of these games against some top programs the fact they didn't play their best baseball, but they were always competitive. And he said, in those games after we kind of got punched, and we punched right back. And he said, that's what shows the character of this team. And now it's the time to punch back for the Bears.
As that is a called strike one to Judd Udermark. If there are any two bats in this lineup you need to be careful of, it's Udermark and Becerra. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, lined into center field. That'll drop in for a single. And the Rebels have the winning run on base.
And surprisingly, that's Udermark's first base hit of the ball game. He was 0 for 3 coming into that bat. Did reach on a walk in the 5th and came around to score, but 2 Ks and a pop-up in the 7th. But now, as we've been talking about, it's been timely hitting from both these teams. The Bears have put up 4 runs in the last 2 innings. Rebels put up 2 in the last inning, now looking to add the final one and put this game on ice.
And if there's any man dangerous enough to do it, it's Becerra. Tristan Becerra has 2 home runs on the day, as that one's called for a strike looking. Tristan Becerra has 2 home runs. Both balls absolutely mashed, one to right and one to left center. He can hit it to all areas of the park, and he's looking for his 3rd to finish the trifecta and send Ole Miss off with a walk-off. Check swing, call, no. Ball 1.
And they peeled over to third base umpire Michael Carroll. Takes a lot of strength to be able to hold back your swing like that, but Becerra, we've seen, he's got nothing but strength. 2 straight home runs. This guy's powerful.
Very dangerous pitcher here for Bunch, as that ball is low in the dirt. 4-2.
I think you need to be very careful about what this next pitch is, because Becerra, we've seen, he can tee off on pitches in the middle of the zone, but he's also got that power with that low swing as well. But you also don't want to give him a hitter's count. You don't want to throw another ball. As Sean Snedeker, he's going to set the record straight with Caleb Bunch.
Yeah, just a little chat here, figuring out what to do. Arguably their most dangerous hitter, but every hitter in this lineup has some potency to him. The one thing to note after Becerra is that Reuter was pinch ran for last time out by Owen Pano. So Pano will be hitting in place of Reuter. Pano does not have as impressive as an average as Reuter does, but still somebody to be wary of.
Yeah, and I think even though you lost the bat of Reuter, you still can hang your hat on the fact that Owen Pano was able to score a run last inning, which is what's keeping Ole Miss afloat so far.
Here is the 2-1 pitch. Taken high, 3-1. A hitter's count for the dangerous Tristan Becerra. As that ball is swung on and missed, way out in front of it. Slider.
78 miles an hour.
He was expecting the fastball there.
Yeah, he was expecting something 90 plus is what it looked like. He was not even close to touching that pitch.
And here is the payoff pitch. Swung on and missed in the dirt. The 2 home run king is sent back to the dugout empty-handed. Udermark still sits at first base with 2 away, and Owen Pano is up to the plates.
I got to give props to Sean Snedeker as well. I mean, he came out to talk to Bunch in the middle of that at-bat, and 2 filthy pitches, 2 breaking balls low in the zone, almost in the dirt, and you get one of the best hitters in this lineup to swing and miss at both of them and send him back to the dugout. Unbelievable.
That ball is looked at high for ball 1 by Pano. Pano, the lefty, against the righty Bunch. Runner on first base, 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. Winning run sits on first. Here's the pitch, low in the dirt. Ball 2.
Pano did have a pinch hit RBI against Southeastern Missouri on Tuesday, and now looking to add to that total.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and belted, but foul. Down the first base line, but out of harm's way for the Baylor defense.
Yeah, we've been seeing this Ole Miss dugout leaning forward. Whenever there's something that's just about to happen, they start to get up. They're so ready to explode for a victory, but they'll just have to wait just another pitch.
Here's that ball swung on into right field as Udermark rounds second base, gets into third safely, and Pano has a single. That brings the winning run to third base with 2 outs. Bunch has worked himself into a bit of a jam.
And Pano's been a great contributor since he's come into this game as a pinch runner in the 8th inning, getting a couple extra bases that Reuter wouldn't have gotten when he was on base. And now he got the winning run on third.
And now Will Furness comes up to the plate. He has 2 hits already today. Lefty batter on righty pitcher matchup. Here is the delivery from Bunch. Taken for strike 1. Here's second pitch, taken high and away. The Bears hoping to work out of this jam here. That ball in the dirt almost gets away from J.J. Kennett, does not. Count moves to 2-1.
Now it's time again to reset if you're Bunch. This is a big pitch. You know that Furness, if he sees a pitch he likes, he's going to be on it. And you cannot afford for any base hit.
3-1 count. Second base is open. At this point, it would not matter. All that matters is Judd Udermark standing at third base. Count moves to 3-1. Hitters count as that ball is dribbled out to third base. 5 on to 3, and the Bears work out of the jam. We are going to extra innings here at Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. Stay with us for extras, only on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
we are in extra innings, as what started as a Friday afternoon game has now turned into Friday night. The sun is setting over downtown Houston. And while the city's coming alive, so are the Baylor bats. 4 runs in the last 2 frames, and we're all tied up at 5. Pearson Reebok as the last batter in the top of the ninth, now at second base. Tice Armstrong, the batter, facing the new pitcher, Landon Waters. First pitch outside. Andrew, how about talk about this new arm?
Yeah, Landon last year definitely had his struggles. 17 appearances with a 6.27 ERA. This year, only 2 appearances. No earned runs so far. 1 hit allowed. Definitely off to a better start this year in his senior year. He's definitely looking to keep Reebok stranded out there in second base. But not a whole lot to show for him so far through this season.
Yeah, Tice Armstrong way out ahead of that breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. Reebok at second. Another big swing and no contact this time. Slider low and away.
The shift is definitely on for Armstrong here. As you see, the shortstop, Randall, and Uderman both shifted close to the line. And Dom Decker, the second baseman, shifting between playing the traditional second role for the pickoff hold and shifting over to more of a shortstop position, sliding across to the left side of that bag.
Tice Armstrong fouling 1 straight back. He has a pair of walks and a pair of Ks today. The pole heavy right-handed hitter. Here's the 1-2 from Waters. Line drive up the middle, and it's into center field. Coming around third is Reebok. He will score. Tice Armstrong waving his hands, pumping his fist, gives the Bears the lead.
And that's the veteran presence you get from Tice Armstrong. All day long, he has been quiet. Only 2 walks drawn and 2 strikeouts. But when it matters most for Tice, he'll come in and get it done. That's an impressive piece of hitting right there, battling through the shift and getting that single into left center field.
And you can really feel that Baylor is starting to get over that hump, right? So many close games, and they're finally getting over the edge, getting that timely hitting, getting those timely outs late in ball games.
Absolutely. Working against a ranked team like this is never easy.
As Travis Sanders swings on top of that first pitch, 0-1.
The big question now for the Bears is who are they going to bring out to pitch next inning? Will it be Bunch? Will they bring out a new arm? What are they thinking there with the lead?
Another big swing and a miss, this time out in front. No balls, 2 strikes. Tice Armstrong on first with no outs. Bears now up 6-5. Waters gets set. He deals. That pitch misses low and away, backhanded by Foley.
Foley, like we were saying earlier, one of the best defensive catchers in collegiate baseball. Ranked 8th in D1 Baseball's preseason catcher rankings of their top 100.
He's been very solid behind the dish today. Here's the 1-2 offering. Another one skipped in the dirt, picked by Foley. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sanders, who singled in the 8th, got the wheels rolling in the 8th, and then right after that, Hunter Snow getting that 3-run home run that at the time gave Baylor the lead. Now the chance to get the wheels rolling again. Skipped in the dirt, and the count runs full. Good job by Travis Sanders being able to fight his way back into this count.
And Waters does not look comfortable out there right now. Early hit, loses the tie. And now he worked from 0-2 all the way down to full count. Let's see if he can work out of this or if Sanders can get on base.
Out of the stretch. Swing and a miss. Travis Sanders unable to elevate on the high fastball, and he's down on strikes for out number 1. So Hunter Snow, who's had a fantastic ball game, has driven in 4 runs, and that was capped off by that 3-run bomb in the 8th inning.
Yeah, he really brought this lineup back to life with that shot. Without him, we're not in extras.
Takes a big swing, and he's
looking to break this one open, really.
Yeah. Took a big swing, wanted to get over that right field fence, but just a little too early on the swing. Waters throws this one poked, and it goes foul down the third base line. And this is kind of new territory for Landon Waters this season. Both times he's come in to pitch, they have not been close games. First time against Nevada, that was a 13-2 ball game, and then against Missouri State a week ago, 11-6. So now trying to find his way in a tightly contested ball game here on this Friday night.
And through the heart of Baylor's order, too. Never an easy task.
Hunter Snow, swing and a miss on the low fastball, and he goes down on strikes.
And again, it always seems to come back to the idea of the strikeouts. Something that this Baylor offense is going to have to work on. His batters are going to have to work on their control. As the first base coach is calling some sort of timeout to swap out some gear. But yeah, these strikeouts, they've struck out now almost too many times to count now.
That's 19.
19 on the
19
game.
times this game.
19 through 29 at 29 outs recorded. It's not a number you want to see in the stat sheet for a team that's trying to work on getting out of strikeouts.
That was Zach Dillon, the first base coach, having a little talk with John Ewens, who pinch hit for Braden Buchanan in the 8th, struck out swinging. Now looking to keep this inning rolling with 2 outs and a runner on first. He fouls that first pitch straight back, barely getting a piece of that ball.
What a tightly contested game this has been.
And the Bears want to change that right now. Now that they have the lead, they want to break this thing wide open. The 0-1 skipped in the dirt. Tice Armstrong bluffing a little bit on the base paths. Started to make a break for second.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of stop and go. I believe that's his 3rd time now. Hitting the stop and go. Trying to catch Foley. See if he can get him to throw to first or throw to second. Confuse him and get in his head.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Waters. This one ripped into right center field, and it's down for a base hit. Tice Armstrong hustling for a third, and the throw is cut off, and it's loose. And John Ewan slides into second.
And that's just a beautiful piece of hitting right there. Nothing too flashy, nothing too fancy. Just a little ball right into right center field where nobody can reach it on a short little rope. And now that brings up Dodson.
And that's
2 runners on.
That's the kind of swing that they want to see from John Ewens. He has such a great ability to barrel up pitches when he swings at it. When he puts the ball in play, he is so good at being able to barrel up those balls. And not known as much of a speed guy, but takes advantage of a cutoff that got past Randall.
Absolutely. And Landon Waters now working out of another jam. This could really crack it open here if the Bears could, if Dodson could get a hit.
So now Jim Blair talking with Kay Dodson, and
it appears we're getting a pinch runner here
That's
for Ewens.
That's Bo Caraway coming in to pinch run for John Ewens.
The true freshman. Very speedy runner on the base paths. And with Dodson, I feel every time he steps up that he's more and more due. His average has dropped all the way down to 100 on the season now, which some people might look at and say he's not having a good year. For me, I say he's having a cold streak. I think this is the moment for him that could really prove that he's a player that can come through for you in the clutch, break this game open, and seal a win for the Bears.
With 2 outs, runners on second and third. First pitch misses just inside. Landon Waters wanted to get that call.
And right now, I'm looking for Mike Bianco to poke his head out of the dugout and yell at home plate umpire Joe Harris for that call.
As Dodson fouls that one off his back foot. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ole Miss does have some action going on in the bullpen. Waters, the 4th arm for Ole Miss today. His pitch, low and inside, tried to get a swing on the back foot, breaking ball. Dodson came in pinch hitting for Bryton Clements in the 7th inning. He struck out swinging twice. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Waters. Ground ball right to the Ole Miss dugout. So Ole Miss 1 strike away from limiting the damage to only 1. 2-2 count, 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position. For the sophomore third baseman, UT Arlington transfer Cade Dodson. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Landon Waters gets a roar from his dugout as he strands 2 runners on, but not after Tice Armstrong comes up big and gets the RBI single to give the Bears a 6-5 lead. And the Bears now 3 outs away from a Friday night victory. Make sure to stay tuned for all that action right here on the Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Caleb Bunch back out on the mound, hoping to close this game out for the Bears. His team leads 6-5, and pinch running for Will Furness on second base as Daniel Pasella, a senior out of Mundelein, Illinois, transfer from Illinois State. As Foley shows bunt and he fouls it straight back.
Foley 0 for 2 today, but 2 runs batted in, 1 on an air and 1 on a sac fly.
A pretty traditional thing for teams to do in extra innings with the automatic runner on second. Just bunt, advance him to third. Second one is popped up and it goes foul over the backstop. So 2 straight bunt attempts for Foley, both times getting under it. So now he's going to have to swing in a 2-strike count.
And you have to think Foley's not normally their go-to bunt guy. He's a swinger. He has a very good bat on him. Not this kind of guy that normally goes up there and squares up. This is not a technique that he's practiced very often.
Bunch looks back to second. He throws, but Pasella returns in time. A little hesitation trying to get back to second. Foley's driven in 2 runs so far. Back in the second inning when he reached on a Brighton Clements error. This one, slow chopper off the end of the bat, goes foul past third base.
And in such a tense game like this, Bunch looks so composed out there on the mound. He has all the confidence in the world.
Foley, last time up, hit a sac fly to right field in the 8th inning. That slider just misses low and away. Baylor thought that was strike 3, but to no avail from the home plate umpire, Joe Harris. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bunch gets set, looks back to second. Swing and a miss. Austin Foley way out ahead of that slider. And that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the 10th.
Decker steps up to the plate, 0 for 3 today with a walk. Bottom of this order has been very cold in this game. But we saw similar with Baylor in the top of the 9th. Anything is possible.
The righty bunch against the lefty hitting Decker. First pitch misses too high. 1 ball, no strikes. So Pasella, the runner on second. 2-time All Missouri Valley Conference first team. The next pitch missing up once again. 2 balls, no strikes. 1 out, runner on second. Okay, little bunch deals. Check swing on a ball in the dirt. And the third base umpire, Michael Carroll, said he went around.
That's a huge call for the Bears right there. Pitch in the dirt. Bunch looking to get him to chase. Decker does just that.
Collective boo ringing out from the Ole Miss faithful as this one is lifted into deep center, backing up is Ty Johnson. He makes the catch. And that's a big out number 2, and what looked like a base running mistake from Pasella.
Yeah.
He didn't go back to second early enough, and he'll have to remain there.
I think Pasella thought that was over his head and possibly off of the wall. Not a great read as the wind has quieted down now, but it was blowing towards us into home plate earlier. Did kind of pull that ball back into the park. Ty was underneath it, and that brings Ole Miss to their final out.
So it's Brett Mosley who stares at ball 1 low and inside.
Mosley, only 2 at-bats this season. This is his 3rd of the year. 1 hit on 2 at-bats.
Looking for another hit here. He's way out ahead of that changeup at 79 miles an hour. And it's a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Pasella still at second base. Infield shaded slightly to the right against the lefty hitting Mosley. Pitch from Bunch. Back foot curveball doesn't get a swing from Mosley, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got Mosley fishing on a slider in the dirt. And the Baylor dugout trying to hype up Bunch. It's a 2-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on second. Bears trying to hold on to a 6-5 lead. Bunch deals. Swing and a miss. Ball game over. And the Bears exercise the demons and come up clutch against number 11 Ole Miss.
And what a performance by Bunch right there to close that one out.
Caleb Bunch swinging the door shut on Ole Miss. And what has been so frustrating of a week for Baylor and that bullpen. Mitch Thompson got thrown out a couple innings ago. The frustration has been mounting. And they come in against one of the best programs in the nation, the Ole Miss Rebels, and they shut the door. Bunch, 2 scoreless innings, giving up only 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. Unbelievable performance in the clutch by the Baylor Bears.
And this just goes to show that they can hang with anybody. They go out there tonight, down 3-1 in the 8th. The door looks like it's closing. They only have 5 outs left. 4 outs left, I should say. Hunter Snow, 3-run bomb, gives them the lead. They give that lead back up. They fight for that lead again. They reclaim the lead in extra innings, and they seal the door. This has been a pitching masterclass to start and a hitting masterclass to end. What a ball game from both teams, but in the end, Baylor pulls it out and shows that they are just as good as any ranked team and that no number matters when it comes to collegiate baseball.
And once you got to the middle of this ball game, it looked like same old story for Baylor. You're striking out the plate, not putting balls in play. The bullpen is not holding up. They're giving up runs. But then it just seemed to turn around. And you got to look to that 8th inning, right? And you see with 2 outs, okay, Brady Janusek led off with a strikeout. Pearson Reebok struck out right after. And with 2 outs, nobody on, Tice Armstrong forces a walk on a full count. Right after, Travis Sanders gets a single, and then Hunter Snow 3-run bomb. And they just seem to come alive. And it paid off. They continued to put their foot on the gas, and what a major win for a program that has been rebuilding for the last couple years.
Absolutely. This has been a statement win for them, starting off the weekend strong. The competition doesn't get any easier, but they're not backing off. They know exactly what they want to do, and they know exactly how they want to approach these next 2 games.
And for a program who has slowly improved year after year under Mitch Thompson, they've tried to find relevance. They've tried to stack wins. They finally got back to the Big 12 tournament last year, finally got a winning record, and now look at them. They just beat the Ole Miss Rebels. That would not have been a thought a couple years ago for this program. But these guys, what they've been able to accomplish is nothing short of incredible for a program that just is slowly coming back. They want to get back to where they were earlier in the 21st century.
Absolutely. They're looking back to those old 2000s teams that used to dominate classic games like this, teams that used to make the College World Series normally, teams that would dominate the Big 12. And they're looking to do just that. They're, again, like I said, proving that no number matters when it comes to collegiate baseball. It is all about heart, hustle, and hype. And the prayers were answered for the Bears. They're going to do exactly what they need to do. And still 2 days left of this tournament. They could come out victorious.
And at the end of the day, Tice Armstrong with the game-winning RBI. That's his 20th RBI of the season. But the thing was, his first 19 RBIs all came at home. He did not have an RBI in Round Rock. And he comes up clutch 2 times. That walk in the 8th, and then the go-ahead RBI single to drive in Pearson Reebok. And just what an unbelievable win for this team. Bears come up big on the first day of the Bruce Bolt College Classic here at Daikin Park in Houston, Texas. Bears 6 runs, 9 hits. Ole Miss 5 runs on 8 hits. And a big statement win for the Bears. And they've still got a major test tomorrow, taking on the number 3 team in the nation, Texas Longhorns. First pitch scheduled for 7:05. Our broadcast will start at 7:45. So make sure, if you want to get some more action like you had tonight, come on back. We'd love to see you again. So that'll do it from us here at Daikin Park on this Friday night. Bears, big statement win, take down the Ole Miss Rebels 6-5. I'm Jeffrey Cohen here alongside me for this roller coaster of a ball game, Andrew Denk. And you've been listening to Baylor Baseball on the Baylor Lariat Radio.